It's Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And Hardy, Owen Beetle, Felger and Mass, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics will continue their 4-game road trip tonight in Phoenix. Jaylen Brown is listed as questionable for the front end of a back-to-back. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 8:30 and the tip-off at 9 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Suns will be without Devin Booker, who has a hip strain, and Dylan Brooks, who just broke his left hand last week. As for the Patriots, they yesterday released running back Antonio Gibson. He's coming off a torn ACL. In NFL news, Dallas reportedly plans to use the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Atlanta will use it on tight end Kyle Pitts. The deadline for any tag to be used is a week from today. NFL team owners do not plan to discuss the tush push at league meetings this year. And the Red Sox lost their first preseason game of the spring, 2-1 to Tampa Bay in Port Charlotte, Florida yesterday. Connolly early began his bid for a spot in the rotation with a pair of shutout innings. Sox will play Pittsburgh back in Fort Myers this afternoon. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines, an approved mover of the Department of Defense, dnvanlines.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the slot.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Everybody, good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. We are all here today. As everyone in here, if they were not staying at a hotel, was out of their mind from coming in yesterday. And Adam's trying to fill boxes. I'm like, you can just tell each individual harrowing tale of getting home yesterday. Yesterday was the worst I've ever seen one day since I've lived here. In 2006 is when I moved here. And I don't remember anything worse in Detroit or as bad. But I don't remember a lot of the weather from Detroit because it was a lot different because I liked it, which is the opposite of now, which I don't like. I explicitly do not like it. My son stayed at my house as out of necessity, and he had online school yesterday from home. So 2.5 hours in total, and I have the whoop to prove it. 2.5 hours it took to do the driveway yesterday. And at one point he goes, "Dad, can I ram the end of the driveway with my car?" And we had been shoveling for like 2 hours. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Because I figured, he meant like ram the like little pile that must have been left at the end of the driveway. I was working at the opposite end of the driveway. And then I hear, and it's while all these plows are going by and stuff, and he is stuck. And then we had to jump into the car, and we had to frantically dig out. But at least it was on my property for the most half on my property, and then we're able to dig out of that. But I mean, it was terrible.
So. The only thing I can think that matches it was 2015 when we got the 2 feet of snow and then 3 feet of snow and then a couple weeks later another 2 feet of snow and it like 80 inches of snow.
That was the worst
month.
winter. That was the worst winter, but there was never a day like yesterday.
I don't recall it being that bad. I'm with you. Like it because it just kept piling up. But I don't know if any one of those was the blizzard where, it just everything needed to just stop for. I couldn't believe it kept snowing last night.
I don't recall another day that I didn't get out in the car and go somewhere. Like yesterday was the only, and it was almost calming in that I just knew there was no way that him or I were going anywhere. Like we were not taking the cars anywhere. So there was like no pressure. Even when it snowed the 2 feet earlier this year, I had this like, I want to get out of here. Like, let's go. Let's get the cars out. I want to go. Like, I want to be able to like run around. There's some errands I want to run. Sure. Yesterday, I just, from the minute I got up, went to bed the night before. I knew there's no way I'm leaving the house. Then that let me know, like, okay, we have 12 hours to do the driveway. I even texted a guy and said, "Are you doing the plowing today?" And he never texted me back, and I'm glad he didn't because we ended up doing it. And that was the only thing there was to do. So, but I mean, you guys were, I mean, there's a driving ban for a quarter of the state. They have it up on TV right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I would have been perfectly happy doing the show from home today.
Yeah, there's only one day I can think of that was worse than yesterday, and that was obviously the blizzard of '78. That was.
Oh, look at his eyes get big when he says it too. No. It's the PTSD kicking in.
No, people abandoned cars on 128/95. The technology for everything was less. There were people without power for a week.
Well, the technology for the cars was crappy too, so why not leave your car?
Yeah,
who even wants this thing?
Yeah, just sell it for scrap.
So that's the only day that was worse.
Was it 97 when you were stuck?
I forget whatever year the April Fool's Day blizzard was. It was in the mid to late 90s. I forget what exact year, but yes, it's in there somewhere.
Because the blizzard of '78 and the blizzard of '97 are generally what? Or I don't know if
'97 was the April Fool's Day.
'97,
yeah.
Because those are the ones that people always point to.
Yeah, that was bad. But it was stupid. I should have stayed where I was. It was late at night. I had just finished work at like midnight. It was bombing down snow, and I figured it's only 10 miles to my apartment. It was a gigantic mistake. I should have slept in the office.
Well, there is this notion that you are like super tough if you go out into the elements, and then you end up getting stuck on the freeway.
It was awful.
And then, well, that's the thing is that like anytime you can get stuck on the freeway, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
getting stuck on a side street sucks, but it's not embarrassing. If you get stuck on like Route 9 or the freeway, and it's your fault, that's embarrassing. Because unless you work at a hospital, what the hell are you doing? I mean, it's a stupid radio show.
But
no reason
somebody's got to be here.
So, but give hotels. So if you go and take the hotel, then you take. I mean, people had it all planned out. There were people that got the hotel, parked their cars here, took a lift to the hotel, stayed at the hotel, took a lift back here. I mean, the station gives you an opportunity to stay in a hotel. I've stayed at hotels before. I'm talking about driving in from home. Someone has to be here. Yeah, they give you a place to stay, a place to shelter.
Well, even if I had taken the hotel on Sunday night, I didn't. And again, this is just based on everything that we've done before, and this is why it's unprecedented. I didn't think that, all right, it started snowing a while ago. It's supposed to stop in a couple hours. There have been plows out. Driving home now should be fine. So I wouldn't even have really considered staying another night. I thought it was really smart for Ryan because he lives in Plymouth and he can't go home right now. He's still got a travel ban in place. So he wouldn't have been able to drive home even if he wanted to. And there's not much to go home to right now with the power still out.
Just going to say, they're still digging out. They have no power.
Right.
They're thinking about going. His family's thinking about going to a hotel at this point. So...
But the notion of staying again last night, I'm like, how bad could it be? And actually driving on the highway, that was fine. Just had to go slow. It was once you got off the highway, if you could get off, because a lot of the exit ramps were closed.
Oh, I hate not like that. Jeez.
So I got off on the next exit, figured out a way to loop around, and I saw one cop car in the middle of 138 with its hazards on, just parked there. And I thought, oh, am I not allowed to go past here? And when I drove past, I saw he wasn't even in the car. So I don't know where he was. He just got left his... I think maybe he just quit. He's like, this is a stupid job anyway.
This, I can't do any good here. I'm leaving.
And you say someone's got to be here. Like when I lived in Atlanta, I mean, there were weeks I did between running the board and doing on air. I remember there was one day I did 3-4 hour shifts in the course in 24 hours. I did 3-4 hour shifts. Yes, because someone had to be there. I was 23 years old, so I stayed there. But no one that was a regular jock at that station came in. It was the pecking order.
Yeah.
I stayed. And you know what? I stayed, and I got 12 hours of on air time. And then what do you know? I'm full time within 6 months of that. So, that was the way it goes. But no, I told you guys on Sunday you were out of your minds coming in yesterday. Now, unless you stayed at a hotel. Then if you stayed at a hotel, then you could have figured it out.
But I mean, I live close enough.
But John, you've stayed at hotels. We both have before. Now you are very anti-hotel. I don't understand it.
I figured it was it's not far from me. And I'm like, as bad as it is.
But Brighton wasn't far from you.
Brighton was further than this.
By 2 miles.
That's whatever. My point is.
Well, whatever.
I look at it.
It's a whole change-itude.
It's a change in longitude. I think the latitude's about the same.
Attitudes, latitudes, whatever, man. Everything stays quite the same.
It's 10 miles in the car. I'm thinking
10 miles in a blizzard. Stupid.
Well,
it's not 10 feet.
I know. I thank you. After yesterday, I'm thinking next time I will take the hotel.
And here's a guy
there's a part of me too that here
it is.
No. There's a part of me, and it's not about being a hardo, and this really isn't my responsibility because I'm not a boss of anybody or a manager, but there's also a sense where I wouldn't expect or ask someone to do something that I wouldn't do myself.
Yeah, but if you can broadcast from home and there's a hotel available and the people come in from the hotel, then they're not doing any. Then just stay at the hotel. If you want a spirit decor, if you think that Ryan cares if you're at the hotel or not, then stay at the hotel.
And I would have stayed at the hotel, but I still, and this is the one that I stand by. When we're sitting here yesterday and you can see outside and you see cars, and you're like, okay, well, I guess it's okay to drive home. And for 75% of it, it was. But once I got down into Canton, where we got, I don't know, between 25 and 30 inches, depending on the snow total, and it was still coming down, I literally didn't know how bad it was going to be until I started driving those last few miles. That's the only part I truly regret, those last few miles I had to drive yesterday. That sucked.
Yeah, but if you would have gotten stuck on the freeway or there was no exit to come off of, then you would have felt...
I would have gone to the mall. It was in Braintree. I bet that exit was open.
Oh, no. There's big sales.
They got a pretzel place there.
Oh, I
Set
can't.
you plum free.
Well, they
got a cheesecake factory.
Well, the pretzel place, it's essential.
They got Davio's.
Davio's wasn't open. There's no high class dining in those days. But I mean, not doing something you expect other people to do. I mean, there's also different jobs. No one in the office is here. You overthought it.
No, because I have an issue with that too. I do have an issue with that.
That's so funny to me. I don't care about any of that. I don't care who's where or who's doing what.
Well, Hardy, the office is closed today, so you got a problem with that too? There's no one coming in today either.
Not yesterday. Closing it today, that seems a bit much. If there is anything that you need to be doing at work, you could do it today in this building.
I will say,
I don't think the office needs to be closed today.
The Pike and 128 are immaculate this morning.
Yeah.
This morning, it was no problem getting in.
Here's the deal. Is that I think it's in people's best interest to go to work, not today, but to go to work in general and not work remotely, especially with AI and everything. I think that it's everyone's best interest to get as much face-to-face time and human contact and part of that whole process. Because if you're just coding or something from home, I got news for you. It doesn't seem like these jobs are going to be around for much longer. But if there's a disaster, I'm okay. They don't need to come in today. That's fine with me. I don't even care ever if the office is open. Let the office stay closed. I don't think it's a good idea for anyone who's in the office. But on days where there's a blizzard with 2 feet of snow, 3 feet of snow, I think 2 days with the office closed is fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all. And I also don't look at it as a measure of toughness to go out and drive in the snow.
No, that's ridiculous. There's no need to prove anything by doing that. But there are things that need to be done, and
yeah, but you can do them from home.
Yeah, I could have done the show from home yesterday, but everything laid out timeline with that storm where we were making.
No, I understand. I just want to get to the broader point of that it's not like this affront to work ethic if you would have done the show from home yesterday.
No. Now, we all agree the show isn't as good when one person is on remote, much less 2 or 3.
Right, but if there's COVID or even more than COVID, if there's a blizzard, then, a day of the show is going to have to, it's not like it's an abject disaster if we're not in the same room. Now, I'd much prefer it if we are, but one day where there's no school and no one's working and no one's in their cars to broadcast from home, that's fine. There are times there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way it is. If one of us dies, then we have to do a whole show the next day as someone about the person dying.
Really?
Then we might miss it for a funeral.
If I thought it was a reasonable option yesterday, I would have turned around, gone back home, and done the show from home. But it wasn't supposed to start snowing until 3 or I think it was 4 a.m. was what the last timeline was. I'm like, oh, there'll be a few flakes coming down when I drive in. That's no big deal. it was a real shock to the system when I heard the plow out there at 3 a.m. And that's what they kept telling us. Like, if you're going to work remotely, you got to let us know by, the day before so we can get everything set up.
No. If you were going to get a hotel, you need to let them know. No. Well, everything I read was roads on Monday are going to be impassable. That it is going to be the word impossible to drive. That was everything that I saw. That's why on Sunday I told Rick, Sunday morning, I'm like, I'm not driving in that stuff. If they're saying the road, and first of all, you want me to stay at a hotel and waste your money? Fine, I'll stay at a hotel. It's no difference. But I got this equipment. I'll broadcast from home. I knew Sunday morning. Everything I saw was it was going to start snowing at like 9 at night. And then I guess it didn't start snowing until 11.
The bad stuff, that was the thing I saw. The bad stuff was supposed to start at 4. From 4 to noon. Then
what did you think was going to happen at 10 when we got off the air? That was bad stuff.
That was really bad stuff.
I don't understand what you guys were doing.
Really bad stuff. Yeah, that wasn't fun going home yesterday.
I mean, if you have equipment to broadcast from home, broadcast from home. If you don't have the equipment to broadcast from home, stay at the hotel.
I mean, I'm on the Mass Pike
which you've done.
I know.
Which you have done.
I know.
We've stayed at a hotel together.
Over that hotel over the highway.
Yeah, by Buff's.
Yep.
It was actually nice.
That
Buff's
was actually
open.
a lot of fun going to Buff's for dinner that night. That was good.
We've stayed at hotels.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't stay at a hotel. Well, I hope everyone's learned their lesson. You're not saving any lives here.
No, but there are certain things that are better when you're actually here. You're not going to make me feel guilty for coming into work and then having a rough drive home as a result of it.
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty.
I don't feel stupid.
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just saying it was completely unnecessary. That's all. Is that you didn't need to do it.
No, there's a lot of things you don't need to do, but they're better sometimes when you do them.
I don't know if the show would have been any worse yesterday or better if you were not here.
Yes, it would have been worse if there would have been 2 people on remote as opposed to 1. I can tell you right from having done it and having done remote shows, which we all did. Maybe you're not remembering, but no, it's not good.
No, I know that, but I know that over the course of a lot of time. But I also know that there are circumstances where that is what happens. There are not a lot of them, but there are circumstances where it happens. I'm sure it's better that everyone's doing something, but 0% visibility or whatever the hell it is, it's okay to stay home. That's all. It's for your own good. I'm not trying to make a point. I'm saying that it's unnecessary. Now Ryan's stuck up here forever.
Ryan's got to go buy clothes today. That's
buy clothes?
Purchase clothing.
Why didn't he have us bring our kids' old clothes in? And he could have worn those. I could have brought in Milo's old clothes.
Yeah.
You could have had all of that.
It would have fit him. That's very true.
Well, that's right. I'm sure that there's something at my wife's house, that ex-wife's house, that has his size. I'm sure I could have done that. Now, poor Ryan's up here until God knows when. When are they saying your power's coming back on?
I've heard like 3 to 4 days at the longest. Maybe I'm hoping it'll be like 2 days.
3 to 4 days. Did you crank the heat before you left?
So my parents are at home right now. But
you live at home. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be. I hope they did. I just texted them. They said it was cold in the house. So
they stayed without power last night in the house.
And that's the other thing. Along with the travel restrictions or whatever they said that travel was going to be, they said there were going to be widespread power outages. Just expect to be power to be down in many, many places, and it could be for a long time. So that was part of my thinking, too. I'm like, well, I could stay home and do the show, but they're saying there's a real good chance I'm going to be without power, and then I won't be able to do the show.
I thought that was more for the South Shore. That was more by where there was the really strong winds. And
I don't know. He was in the honey pot. He was in the honey pot yesterday.
That's right. You're in the honey pot.
Yeah.
So we have a generator. You can start that, but if the internet goes down, then you're not doing the show. You can have power, but you're still not going to be able to go online and get on the air.
Yeah, but if the power went down and you weren't able to get on the air, then you wouldn't have been able to get on the air.
And that happens to 2 people, then there's no one on the air.
Then you're playing Fox Sports on a blizzard day.
And that's not good.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, all right. Well, then we should reset the benchmark for the bare minimum. Just do the bare
yes,
minimum.
on blizzards, we should set the benchmark for a bare minimum. If there is a blizzard if it says blizzard, then the year, that should be the bare minimum. Indeed.
We'll just tell them next time there's a blizzard that no one's going to be working.
No, unless you stay at a hotel. Yeah, no one should be working. I'm telling you, they don't want you to. They don't want you to. They'd be more than happy. They don't want anyone getting stuck on the free. I mean, what if you drove in and got stuck on the freeway? Then no one's here. If the roads are impossible and you get stuck coming on the way in, I mean, that's as likely as a power outage. I mean,
no, there were not 300,000 people.
There weren't 300,000 people on the road. There was probably about 300 people on the road, and I wonder how many of them got stuck. I mean, percentage-wise, I mean,
I didn't see anybody stuck. I know people got stuck yesterday, but if you have the capability to drive and you can drive, then you drive and didn't get stuck. I don't know anybody got stuck.
How many people do you know that drove?
A lot. Everyone who was working here yesterday.
They stayed at a hotel.
They had to do some driving yesterday.
My point is they drove a mile, which is different than driving 10 miles, which is different.
I drove in, Nick drove in, Adam drove in.
Right, so 3 people didn't get stuck.
4.
Oh, that's right. You didn't get stuck. I'm telling you, people were getting. I mean, you get stuck on the road. You can't do the show. I don't understand. I'm on everyone's side. I'm telling you. I care about you.
It doesn't sound like it.
I'm telling you, I care about you.
Doesn't feel like it.
I'm telling you, you did too much.
And I'm telling you your words and how they make me feel.
Maybe it's his tone. I was just going to say probably the tone.
I can't believe I can't be more caring than I'm being right now. I don't want anything to happen to you guys. I even said it on Sunday and I said it yesterday. I texted out. I said, you're out of your mind coming in. Keep safe.
Once again, tone. A lot of exclamation points there.
Because I exclamation point care about you. Exclamation point I care about you. That's what I was saying. I'm just saying it as a concerned friend. No one needs you. No one needs you white knuckling.
See?
Yeah.
When you say
exactly,
no one needs you, it makes
white
me
knuckling
feel.
Is what I said.
It makes
you
me
didn't
feel,
let me finish it. You just took the first part of it.
Yeah, that's what I took away.
Unneeded.
No one needs you. Hesitation.
That's right. No one needs you. Stay home. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. So much happened last night. There's no denying it. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, I mean, there's a lot to comb through. What happened last evening?
Oh, where do you start? Big Patriots news. I guess we'll start there.
The Patriots, though, have already began making roster moves as they've officially released running back Antonio Gibson.
No!
You want to know about their injury luck? When Antonio Gibson went down for the season, people acted like it was something. That's how little injuries affected this team and how lucky they were with injuries, which is great. But remember when Antonio Gibson, who's ultimately infinitely replaceable.
Well, allow me to be pathologically honest here. No, I do not remember.
No,
I did not remember that he was a part of this team in any way in the 2025 season.
I wouldn't have either, but the only reason I remember is that there was, because we talk about the Patriots, ad nauseum for 20 hours a week. I do recall having people on that were pointing to Antonio Gibson as putting a lot of pressure on Henderson. Now that they didn't have a proper third down back, they were saying, I mean, that's just, it's no Spillane, which was, the end of days when they were missing Spillane.
Still one of the most fun that I've had doing the show is people trying to explain to me, including Zolak. Remember Zolak called up and was upset that we were bagging on Spillane?
That's among the most fun you've ever had doing this show?
No, talking about...
the joke wasn't on him.
For a change, it was nice.
No, I mean, it wasn't only Zolak. It was, they had such injury luck.
How about this? It was one of the strangest hills I heard people willing to die on.
Zolak called and was upset. I can't imagine what was going through his mind when we were talking about how Spillane was not the most important thing and they could probably survive without him.
And it wasn't, you said bagging on Spillane, which was not even true. None of us ever said he wasn't good or he wasn't important. It was just the notion that if you're going to play 17 games and then you're going to play 3 playoff games, that your team is crippled because you're missing a free agent middle linebacker.
Yeah, just overinflated importance is a better way of putting that.
Like, as a middle linebacker in the modern era ever gone in the top 10 in the draft, it's just an example of, like, premier positions that, Denver was missing their quarterback. The Chargers were missing both their tackles. Houston was missing their best receiver and their number one tight end. Like, you're missing your middle linebacker. I mean, this is going to happen.
Well, most base defense is nickel anyway. I mean, it's not the days of a 265-pound like Ted Johnson sitting in the middle of the defense. I mean, football isn't like that for the most part. The NFL's not like that anymore.
And there's no doubt that their run defense was better with him in, but some of the time he missed, Milton Williams wasn't playing, and Milton Williams was the difference.
Yeah.
Milton Williams is the game wrecker.
At best, Spillane is fourth most important on the defense. Barmore, Williams, Gonzalez.
I would say that the kid's safety is more important than him. I mean, there's a lot of gray area once you get past those top 3.
I would say that too, because with the guys who were playing either safety or corner that weren't Gonzalez, if they were doing their job, you didn't necessarily notice.
And Carlton Davis
passes going downfield.
Yeah, would you rather have Carlton Davis out of a game or Spillane out of a game? I mean, would you rather have your second corner and then that forces someone else into play?
Exactly.
I mean, but you got to talk about something, and some people, it's their only job. Their only job is to talk about the Patriots,
or their only interest.
They often go hand in hand.
Maybe their job to talk about.
That's an excellent point by you, Hardy.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent point. Yes.
There are people that cover the Patriots for a living. The words, it's Hardy's right. It might be the only thing they like besides Bruce Springsteen. And then you say, how do you still like this? Like, once you start doing something for a living and it's all you have to, and you have to know about it, then things get infinitely less fun.
Yeah. By the way, Mike Dussault joining us at 8:25.
Well, he's from Seattle, so at least I don't think he grew up a Patriots fan. Did he?
Is he from Seattle? He's my friend. I should know.
I think he's from Seattle, and then he went to University of Washington.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Because remember when they were playing the Seahawks, someone had said he's going to know more. And then we said, why? And he said, and then I think we talked to him, and he said he was from Seattle and that he went to University of Washington. Hardy's Googling.
Okay.
Let me check his wiki.
Well, the Mike Dussault
Wikipedia page for that's weird.
Well, that's shock. Well, Wikipedia's worth nothing if there's no Mike Dussault.
Anyway, so Antonio Gibson.
Now, Gibson was a quality RB2 for the Patriots in 2024 and was off to a pretty hot start in 2025 before suffering an unfortunate ACL tear. Releasing Gibson will save the Patriots about $2 million.
This?
Hey, how are you?
Taylor Kyles. Taylor Kyles from CLNS.
What's CLNS?
Hard to explain.
Corporate legacy network system.
Yeah. They do refrigeration.
Corporate legacy. They do refrigeration.
Gibson will save the Patriots about $2 million in cap space.
Yeah.
However, it is going to leave a room at a running back position that could still use some depth.
Okay.
How are you? Thanks for inviting me over.
Taylor Kyles.
Well, I mean, now they're going to spiral. Now you got to look into free agency.
The offensive spleen is gone.
When he got hurt, oh no, the luck's run out.
Well,
they lost the guy who gets 5 snaps a game.
Do you want to hear some people really lose their minds if this were to happen? Taylor, what else do you have on the Patriots in the running back position?
Now, while the running back market is robust, it's more filled with starting caliber players who probably don't fit what the Patriots currently need. It's most likely the Patriots will address this need during the draft.
Oh no.
Now, many have
Why?
speculated that Travion Henderson should be taking on those duties, but if Henderson takes the jump that many expect him to in this second season, it's highly unlikely that we actually see him in the role, so adding a player of that caliber either through free agency or the draft will be crucial this offseason.
Huh?
Crucial.
No.
Gonna draft a running back.
Crucial.
That's not true.
What else could we
You have to draft a running back. You don't need anything else.
What else could
Antonio Gibson released.
Look,
you got to replace him.
Those 5th-round picks are very, very important.
He's eliminated. It sounds like he's eliminated Bryce Hall and Kenneth Walker III as possible third back options. So you're taking them off the board.
Well, the Jets are going to tag Hall, so the Patriots won't even be able to.
Well, they might have put the transition tag on him, so it depends on how much you want to go into. But I mean, Jeremiah Love, you can trade up.
Yep.
You know, package some things. Trade May. Get yourself Jeremiah Love. Get old school. And then you re-sign Spillane to a long-term. Extend Spillane, and then you got a real hard-nosed team. You play a nice 4-3. Spillane right there in the middle, captain in that thing. That's right. You got a 3-headed monster.
Stuff the box.
With Stevenson, Love, and Henderson.
Get someone shooting the A gap.
There you go.
That's a turn on right there.
All right, let's talk about the Red Sox here. Spring training game yesterday against Tampa Bay Rays. How did it end?
The Rays searching for win number 1 of the spring. Swing and a ball taken to left center field, and it's in there. In to score 1 is Sable, and here comes Davidson with the winning run. Johnny DeLuca walks it off.
Oh, boy.
Johnny DeLuca.
Johnny DeLuca.
Look out.
Johnny DeLuca's been bullying kids at school.
Sounds like a Karate Kid bully. That's
Johnny
true.
DeLucas. Now, his grandfather opened that market years ago. His father ran it for a while, but then he got into more like the supply side of the business. So it's DeLuca's market in name only. It's really not a family business anymore.
If you make out with Johnny DeLuca's sister, you got the whole DeLuca clan coming after you. They treat her like a goddess.
Close-knit group.
Yeah, he became a bully because he was forced into it. He being called DePuca all those years, and he turned it around.
Well, Johnny DeLuca's sister shows you a little leg, and she tries to get you in just so she knows her brother and his cousins are going to come beat you up.
There was also a pretty good game between the Spurs and the Pistons last night.
I saw some of this. Lots of timeouts. It's almost impossible to watch. It was on Peacock.
It was the opposite of watching the gold medal hockey game. There's just so many stoppages.
It was, I turned it on and I actually saw Cade Cunningham push someone down and I went, oh, this is interesting. And then there was 17 timeouts.
Right.
Collapse that defense, allowing the cell to be wide open.
Cunningham blocked by Wembanyama. Durham lost out of bounds.
So Victor Wembanyama now, of course, is being mentioned, rightfully so, in the MVP conversation, as is Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown. But for somebody who alters the game as much as he does defensively, not just the blocking of the shots, but the altering of the shots and everything that he does, I have no idea if someone on that team specifically can win it, or someone who is making his bones that much defensively can win it, but he certainly deserves to be in the conversation.
The other part of it, and I saw this article yesterday, Wembanyama, Jokic, Doncic, they're all on a pace to finish under 65 games played this year, which would eliminate them from consideration for the MVP. So who does that leave?
Well, Jaylen Brown has missed, 5 games?
He's missed 5 games all year. It's right now Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham is the other guy, simply because he's available.
Right.
I mean, his numbers are good, but he's available. And the other thing about Cade Cunningham is ESPN, after the Olympics have gone by, the Summer Olympics are next in 18 months, they kind of projected what the U.S. Olympic basketball team is going to look like. Cade Cunningham's on it.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham's on it, as well as that kid Duran. I mean, that's the projection. Duran and Cunningham to make the team in 2020.
The strategy with Wembanyama last night is, I think, pretty much what their strategy against everyone's going to be is they just beat him up. They were just in on it. They were on him, just in his back the entire time, pushing him around.
I saw highlights. You know what his numbers were, despite all of that, at the end of the game?
Yeah.
23 points, 17 rebounds, 6 blocks.
Yeah. And he shoots
with all
threes.
of that attention.
Yeah.
And he was 2 for 5 from 3. I mean, he's something else. I don't...
Pushing him around. What are they getting? A bunch of Johnny DeLucas out there playing against him?
No, but if he fell into the crowd, the DeLuca brothers were going to come out and really kick his ass. They had chains. Their cousin works security, and he lets them through with chains. I heard that they have their grandfather's pro-handled 22.
Brass knuckles.
And they shot birds. They had, throwing stars, certainly.
I'd like to see people bring back the sap. You remember that from the old school detective movies?
The leather sap.
The leather sap.
Yeah.
Oh, that you give someone a knock?
Yeah, you pop.
No bruising.
I think Spencer used to carry one.
Yes. That's very well put together. That's very true.
Yeah, but it's an art to using them.
Yes.
Like the first Spencer book where he goes in and he finds a girl naked, tied up, that had been kidnapped, and he unties her and takes her to his house and has sex with her.
It's a different time.
Because that's how much of a ladies'
That's
man
what
he
private
was.
detectives were supposed to do in that era.
Hey, lady, I know you've been tied up nude and you're going through something right now, but I would assume you're in the mood for love. I am, after all, fat with a mustache.
Not fat. Not fat.
Well,
not fat.
Fat enough by the back cover.
That was Robert B. Parker.
That's the actual
Yeah, but that's
author.
supposed to be what you're supposed to look the
That's
guy
what
looks
Robert
like.
B. Parker wanted. Yeah, he wanted to be Spencer. And he
Yes.
thought he was a little Spencer-ish, but...
Spencer, former heavyweight prize fighter, man. Very much in shape.
Former is the key word. He put himself on the back of those books with the B cap on in the pit bull.
And it was
A pointer. It was a pointer.
Or whatever. He put himself on the back cover so you would imagine him being Spencer, let's be honest. And it was his right as the author of those books that John and my dad love. All right, and they're both very MAGA, too, which is very interesting, how that all goes together. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines. We are Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, is anything else going on that we need to know about?
Big boxing match coming up in September.
Why? Why are we doing this? Better yet, why are we letting it happen to begin with?
Oh, not everybody excited about the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao rematch scheduled for September.
Are there real boxing matches anymore?
No, there aren't.
Okay.
There aren't. Not really. I just these two guys fought 11 years ago, and Pacquiao, who had a shoulder injury, got run over. Floyd Mayweather, and we said it many times, a brilliant businessman, and he's had a string of exhibition fights that he got paid for. He beat Pacquiao senseless the first time they met 11 years ago. Now Manny's 47 years old. Pacquiao must really need the money. Mayweather wouldn't have taken this unless he knew he could beat him senseless again, because there's nothing Mayweather likes more than to claim that he's undefeated, which he is as a pro. It makes no sense. I don't know why anyone would spend their money on this. Guy's right. This is a terrible fight.
So they fought for real, like in a real fight that people cared about that wasn't a stunt. How many years ago?
11.
This is a good warning for sports of any kind. That, I mean, there had to have been a time that if you would have told people heavyweight, I know Pacquiao and Mayweather aren't heavyweights, but if you would have told people heavyweight boxing is going to be something that the public doesn't care about, that no one is going to know who the heavyweight champion of the world is. If you would have told someone that probably 25 years ago, you would have been run out of the room. People would have made fun of you. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Da-da-da-da-da. It would have been unimaginable. At the height of Tyson, I mean, it would have been unimaginable because the world like that had never existed. And now I don't know who any of the heavyweight champions are. I don't care. I don't even care. You don't even, if you know, I don't even have to know.
Okay.
Well, Michael Eaves said as much.
There's only two reasons this fight can possibly be happening. One, they both desperately need the money despite making more than $500 million in their respective careers. Or two, boxing is so deprived of bankable stars that it takes forcing two guys pushing 50 out of retirement to entertain us. And frankly, I'm not sure which one is worse.
Floyd Mayweather turns 49 years old today. Manny Pacquiao, 47, and will be 47 when they fight in September.
And a lot of times I question the effort of these guys that fight in these matches. Doesn't seem to be they're going full on.
Or even if they are, it doesn't look like they did in their heyday. I don't know. I thought Tyson looked like, Tyson when he fought, what's his idiot's name? The YouTube.
Oh, Logan Paul?
Yeah. That was vintage Mike Tyson, right?
Well, Tyson's coming out to fight. Apparently, Mayweather's fighting Tyson too. You have heard of this? That both these fights are going on. So, Tyson at 60, he telling you to eat Whole Foods during the Super Bowl. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
He did a government PSA about Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson now is being used by the government as someone who you should be. The man went to jail for rape. He's not the world's greatest guy, but listen, he should be doing PSAs. And I mean, if you're watching a Mike Tyson fight now, just go see Mini Kiss. Go see like a Rush cover band. Like, I mean, I mean, go watch old Tyson fights.
I hear Grown Ups 3 is in production. Just wait for that.
Exactly. I don't understand why anyone would have any desire to see Mike Tyson do anything physical.
The whole sport is what wrestling used to be in its infancy at this point. It's just awful.
But that just goes to show you that there are sports being played today that are getting hundreds of millions of dollars that by the end of our lives, which for you, John, is equivalent to the end of Tyson's first run of his career.
Yes.
I mean, let's put it this way. Not a lot of sunrises and sunsets left for you.
Uh-huh.
But one of these sports is going to be inconsequential by the time we die.
The sad part is in boxing, real quick, there used to be a heavyweight champion that was beating everybody. Remember Tyson Fury? It wasn't that long ago. I mean, he was good. He beat everybody. And then he lost, and that was the end of it. And that was like 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the heavyweight champion of the world was somewhat recognizable. But now, in the last 3 or 4 years, the entire sport has kind of spiraled down, and no one cares about it
the
anymore.
The sport has been a disaster for more than 3 or 4 years.
No, I know,
it's been a disaster for about 15, 20 years.
The only way to bring boxing back is to have a heavyweight champion that people care about worldwide. And Fury was close to that. But, you're right. It's an exhibition sport that is trying to prey on pay-per-view dollars. And I think this Pacquiao fight with Mayweather's on Netflix, if I read that right. And so that's one way to get eyeballs on it. But it's pathetic. It's awful. It's not like it used to.
But I just wonder which of the major sports are going to be in this kind of position. By the way, NASCAR doesn't seem really to be humming along either. Maybe it's just because we're in the Northeast. But I remember that NASCAR had like a little bump there.
They had
around 2005, 2004.
Huge bump. And I was told, and we were told even during the start of the Sports Hub, you better get onto this NASCAR thing and start paying attention.
I remember that.
And, being a part of this because it's such a big thing and it's only growing and growing. I don't think it's been replaced by F1, but nobody cared about F1. And at least some people do now. And I don't just mean Kendra. I mean, I have friends who follow Formula One.
Well, Formula One seems to be more popular than NASCAR now, certainly. I don't know if it's just the part of the country we're in, but it certainly does. I mean, who won the Daytona 500? You used to know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who raced in the Daytona 500.
All I know about the Daytona 500 is Michael Jordan owned the car. That's all I know.
That's right.
Well, that's good news for the sport.
Yeah, seriously. That's all I know. He co-owned the car. That's it.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment. John and Adam have curated a fun list for the gang.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sport.
first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Relating it to the weather.
Yeah, that's good.
When you're shoveling, you can listen to us, and we can take you through that shoveling experience. And if you listen to the 6 o'clock hour, you can hear us discuss the cutting of Antonio Gibson.
You don't. You should probably clip that and send it out as a separate segment.
Or you could
to local media too.
Make a thuppet of it. That's what I was talking about it. Go get an Antonio Gibson thuppet, man.
Yes.
Again, Hardy's. We now have puppets of the Toucher and Hardy show, the thuppets, as opposed to the fuppets, which he used to do for Felger and Maz. And our initial video is up now on our social media is at Toucher and Hardy, so you can see that.
You getting a little follower boost off of that, Freddie?
No, because I am like a secondary contributor on that.
As am I.
I think Hardy and the show are the two main contributors to that, if I'm not mistaken. Like, if you see the story, it's Hardy's and the shows. And Hardy made it.
Off of there,
so
the count on the video looks pretty high. I don't know. You got the metrics on it?
Yeah. I mean, Nicholas, I would say that this is outperforming a lot of the content that we have put on social media.
Well, a lot of the content we put on social media has no with it all. If it's just some clip from the show, it doesn't do well at all. It's almost an entire waste of time.
If I were you, I wouldn't watch it.
No. I mean, you follow us, and then I didn't say it's bad. I just said it doesn't generate a lot of action. That's all. I think it's as good as anything else.
Generates plenty of action in the comments with Blind Scott.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Blind Scott comments, look no further than that. Now, I've restricted him on mine, but it doesn't seem like anyone else has on theirs. It's got 46,500 views, and that's during a snowstorm when no one has their phones. All right, so 40 years ago today, Adam, was what year?
1986. We're looking back 40
All right,
years ago.
1986. I was 11 years old. You said in the meeting Hardy was 14, John was 25.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And Adam was, I would imagine, 4. 3.
No, I was 9 years old. I was born in 77.
11, 9.
So,
All right, that's right, 9.
Yeah.
What was beaten? Minus 15?
I think you're selling it short.
Like that,
Yeah, Beaton was not even an embryo.
He's
Beaton was born this century, not last century.
He's getting out his calculator to do the math.
What?
Look at him.
Shouldn't he
Share your
know this
results
off
here.
the top of
Your
his
mic
head?
is hot.
Would it be negative 13 years old?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Negative 13.
All right, so he was born in the year 1999.
Wow, I thought it was.
Were you born in 99?
Yeah, 1999.
Okay.
Oh, you'll be funding John's Social Security, and then you won't get it for yourself.
As
All
it should
right. So what are we doing here, Adam?
This is a list that John found, actually. John's been bringing some heat musically. He's got these Billboard charts. So this is from the last week of February 1986. So this was your Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 from this week 40 years ago. And I'm going to play short clips going 10 through 1, see how many of these we get through, and see how many of them the two of you can name.
I'll keep score.
Okay, yes, shocking.
Yeah, you get that going.
You both should. I mean, John.
John has seen these.
John,
Yes, I have seen these.
What are your predictions, John, for how the two gentlemen do?
I think Fred's going to win this one.
You think Fred will win?
I think Fred's going to win this one.
I mean, I watched the videos of like the top 100 songs from whatever year.
Yeah.
And then I'm always fascinated that there will be a major iconic song at like 99, and then a group I've never heard of
Right.
will be at 10 in a song I've never heard.
Right. And it's even more troubling when it happens with one of the charts from the last 15 years.
Right. I'm not as familiar with that music, but I can tell you, like late 90s, there's genres of music I've never heard of them. Like there's R&B music, like that real R&B, like full on. I've never heard of the groups. I mean, obviously
I don't
John
know
would
that,
know.
I don't know that song. What is that one? Oh God, who is
Soulful.
that?
Like a sparse beat with a guy just
Is that
like,
Babyface?
Yeah.
No.
Probably,
Sounds
but I've heard of Babyface.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like dance music that's terrible. You know, there's real terrible dance music that I've never heard of, but none, or a Wilson Phillips song that's not Hold On, something like that. But this is 86, so this will not be the case. I was listening to the Casey Kasem countdowns at this time. I should be fine.
Yeah.
El DeBarge.
Core memory songs for both of you guys. Here's number 10.
Got it.
That is what friends are for. He knew that too.
Okay, but who are the artists?
That is David Allan Coe and Malcolm X.
Hardy?
That is Stevie Wonder, Dionne Warwick, and Elton John.
You're missing one, but
Class about a bad friend staying at your house, and I think I stole it from Saturday Night Live. Go ahead.
Okay, number 9.
Hungry.
It's from Rocky IV.
no, it is.
Yeah.
Hungry Heart?
And
No.
Heart. Is
No, you're close, though.
Wait,
Burning
play it
Heart?
again.
Burning Heart.
Burning Heart.
Yeah, but is this Survivor?
No,
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
It is Survivor. This is. They went back. They went back to him and said, "We need another one."
What's funny is that no one ever owned a Survivor album. Yet here we are. No one ever saw them live. No one ever was a fan of that group.
You haven't met my wife.
There's got to be.
Oh, John, there's no way you're what? She likes Survivor?
I kid you not.
There's
She
gotta
likes
be
Survivor. Ask. We had a long text conversation with Mike Reese about this. Mike Reese is another guy. You want to know about Survivor history? Talk to Mike Reese. He knows about all the band's history. He saw them up at the Hampton Casino. My wife saw them, same concert, Hampton Casino in New Hampshire.
I don't know what they look like. They exist only in Rocky.
Well, that guy had a hat.
That's right. But they replaced him. His voice got shot.
It's got to be a situation where their greatest hits album is their biggest seller, probably by a lot.
High on You.
Like a lot.
High on You's with a different lead singer.
That's not a bad song.
I don't even know that song. What's High on You?
You would know it. It's more a little more power ballady.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad I
lot
didn't
of
hear it because I
keyboards.
probably would have done drugs.
A lot of keyboards, less guitars.
Your wife likes Survivor.
She
She
does.
listens to Survivor like in the car?
She does, yes. Oh, my wife likes Survivor.
Didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
Can you imagine if you were like out with someone and then you get in their car and they're playing Survivor?
Well,
you'd have to take the
But
wheel.
like deep cuts.
I don't care what song.
Did you know this before you got married?
Deep
I
cuts.
did.
Like, who's this?
Okay,
This is
well,
fun.
I did.
Never heard
Could you
this song
imagine
before.
marrying somebody who was a fan of
She
Survivor?
cranked up
It's like
Caught
her
in the
favorite
Game, and I
movie
was
is
hooked.
Police Academy.
Yeah. Yeah, she cranked up Caught in the Game, and I was hooked. That's the deep cut right there, Survivor.
This is High on You.
I can see why you'd like that.
See if I can get to the hook.
Oh, yeah, I know it. Fantasy World.
Yep.
Yeah, I know this song.
Different lead singer.
I did.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Might be Tia
Yeah,
Carrera
it's
in the
really
music
good.
video for that, actually.
The music video is just the movie that it was
like
in. All right, very good.
All right, so we're at number.
We know John's wife likes Survivor.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Does
correct.
Did she put it? Have you ever made love to Survivor?
No.
So 12, which of the Survivor lead singers came into BCN when they were doing the Real Men of Genius?
Oh, I remember
right.
that.
Yeah.
That guy was all business.
Was it the second
It's
guy?
the second guy.
That's the second lead
Second guy,
singer.
yeah.
But he had the other dude who was the voiceover guy, and they would write and record one at each like radio station stop.
And they did it. It was brilliant because it advertised they would throw Budweiser
Yeah.
into every one they did. But they
That was
Dave
fun.
Bickler is the singer, and he's the one who sings "Eye of the Tiger." Dave
Oh.
Bickler. He
Oh, all
was the-
right. That's an upset.
I thought he was, and because I even asked him, I'm like, "You sang Eye of the Tiger, and now you're doing this?" I was like, "Yeah, pays better."
It probably does.
Yeah, but you don't get the adulation of the dozens of fans. Plus
Wallach's wife and probably 10 others.
you get 2-for-1 pictures usually during their shows too.
Yeah.
Pictures of he's a big Michelob guy. All right, go ahead.
Number 8.
Shattered Dreams. Shattered
Nope.
Dreams.
No.
Wait, play it again.
giving me collard greens. Collard greens.
It's not giving me shattered dreams.
It's not.
It's not keeping me high.
This is a kind of a super group. One guy from
Asia.
Squeeze, one guy from Squeeze, one guy from Genesis.
What?
Oh wow. Okay, that's a super group right there.
I have
It's
no
that
idea.
guy. It's the guy from Squeeze and the guy from Genesis.
Rutherford? Is he in there?
Yes.
Okay.
The Living Years.
Mike Rutherford.
Same group.
Oh, Mike and the Mechanics.
Yes, but that's not the Living Years.
I don't. What song is this? A Victory?
You don't know that?
No, that I don't know the canon of Mike and the Mechanics. If it doesn't have Phil Collins in it, throw it in the trash. But Peter Gabriel Genesis was really good.
The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
I'm a flower.
I got a tree.
Look at my outfit.
I'm a huge nerd. Creepy, right? Look, I've taken my huge phobias and nerdiness and turned it into a shocking flower. All right, very good.
I was a huge fan of Peter Gabriel's Secret World Live, the double album. It's got this great extended mix of In Your Eyes and all this stuff. And I saw a video of like the performance from it was recorded, and I said, "Oh, this is all BS. The album is completely overdubbed, and none of that happened live. I mean, maybe the drums and a couple of instruments, but go watch the video and tell me that that is what you hear on the record. There's no way. There's no chance that happened.
Disappointing.
It is.
Studio trickery. It's not like when you say a boogie with the hoodie. And he's playing he's literally playing the record.
Well, but in that stupid Paul Simon book that I've somehow managed to finish, found out that the concert in Central Park that everybody lost their mind over, that live album in the 80s, Art Garfunkel said, I didn't like how my voice sounded. I had a bit of a cold. So he went back and he re-recorded all of his vocals for the live. And like that famous album, the two of them on the cover. Yeah, that's all BS too.
Well, Kiss Alive isn't a live record. I mean, it's a studio album. It's not live at all. There's not even parts of it that are live. They just played crowd noise over studio tracks. All right, go ahead.
Top 10 of the Billboard Top 100 this week in 1986, number 7.
I don't know the name of this song. This is just
Life
from
in a Northern Town.
There you go.
Remember the name of the act?
No.
That's just a movie. All these were just in movies.
Yes.
Was this one in a movie?
Probably later on, but there are many soundtrack songs in this top 10.
Salvation Army men played.
It's the Dream Academy.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
I give to Hardy a point for that.
Yeah. Hey, you get a point for the title. A point for the artist.
I've never heard it up to the point where he says.
I like that song.
I've never heard it up until the point where he sings that. I'd always managed to turn it off by the time it got to. What are they from Iceland?
No, they're an English band, right?
You don't know that.
I don't know that either.
Yeah, Adam's just acting like he knows. Go ahead. That's not a good quality. Oh. Play it again. Well, you're really not giving us a lot of these songs.
Yeah, we need a little bit more on that one. Come on.
All right. Well, I mean, if I give you the long cut, that's going to give you the hook. So.
I don't know that it will.
I don't know that if
Okay.
that seemed to find her very attractive. I did not think that.
1 point each.
Never abused myself to her.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
No. And I would have abused myself to anything, including the Weather Channel. In a pinch.
Well, the music when it was very seductive.
QVC. I mean, anything. I mean, they're selling bras on QVC. Get out of the way. Lock the door. All right, go ahead.
This is number 5.
Living in
America, James Brown.
I had that on 45. Rocky is real tastemaker at the time.
Rocky 4 with 2 songs.
Yep. All right, very good. I know that. I used to like that song when I was little.
Next one, you guys should know we played it on the show. We played this on the show. Can I give him another hint? 12?
Sure, yeah.
It's in connection with one of the callers to the show.
Oh, Sarah. All right, they're bad.
Yeah.
Not good songs.
This makes sense, though, because in terms of like the way I was listening to music, this is about the year I stopped listening to the radio all the time and really, like 14, 15 years old, only would listen to stuff that I either purchased or got from friends and mixtapes and all that other stuff.
When I was in middle school, we had the carpool to school, and there was a black family in it and like another white family. So that was the only time because my mom just listened to WJR, the actual, not WJR, the actual news station, like doo-doo-doo-doo, like the real where WWJ, where they just did the news.
Right.
So like that's all that I ever heard.
News and weather on the every other minute.
Yes, and so when I was in the car, like the black family would listen to like one of the black stations, and so that was my only exposure to radio. I never listened to the radio. I never, ever, ever, ever when I was a kid. All right, go ahead.
All right,
except for Casey Kasem.
Let's do one more. We'll do the number 3 song this week in 1986 on the Billboard Top 100.
Oh, When the Going Gets Tough by Billy Ocean.
There you go. What movie is that
from? Dangerous People?
No, that's from Jewel of the Nile.
There you go.
I knew it was Danny DeVito.
Very good.
Yeah, Danny DeVito was in the music video with Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas as well, dancing around. Very embarrassing.
Hey, Dan, you have what's his
Kathleen
name?
Turner, very flat-chested.
Right on. Flying Karamazov brothers were in this film too. The famous jugglers, who you'll see in an episode of Seinfeld,
where they take his jacket, his Friars Club jacket.
Yeah.
I know that. Wow, 86 was a terrible year.
Yeah.
There was that thing of white people with sunglasses dancing around to the black song. Like every video would have the stars of the movie, but they would have sunglasses on and they would be dancing to the black song.
Danny DeVito playing
being entertained,
saxophone.
by those people.
Like if you did it, like when Jim Belushi did White Guy Rap, like you would know he was rapping because he would put sunglasses on.
Well, how else are you supposed to know?
But only one rapper wore sunglasses, Kool Mo D. African Bambaataa, but he was more of a DJ. But like
Tone Loc wore sunglasses.
But this was way after. Tone Loc was like 90. We're talking mid 80s here.
Kool Mo D had blue blockers. I mean, those things were huge.
I don't even know what those were.
Yeah.
Those were like almost ski goggles.
Oh, Terminator X too. He had the same stuff.
Tone Loc Wild
that's
Thing.
later too.
I'm going to say Tone Loc Wild Thing was no later than 88.
But he also doesn't have sunglasses on during that. Maybe Funky Cold Medina he does, but Wild Thing he doesn't. Nope. No siree, Bob. All right, well, that's it's good to know that when I was 11, the music was that terrible. Mainstream music was very, very bad. And all I remember from that time is like Guns N' Roses and stuff. Well, that might have been 87. But all I remember from that time was heavy metal. It wasn't heavy metal everything. These songs were not heavy metal. Survivor weren't a popular band.
In the mid-'80s, they were a popular band.
But not like really. Did they tour and play arenas and stuff?
I don't remember.
What was the bigger band, Survivor or Dawkins? One answer. Dawkins.
I don't know. Has Dawkins played Hampton Beach Casino recently?
I know.
If Don could stand, if he didn't need a stool, then he could. Believe me, Jeff Pilson's up for it.
Well, Survivor's not
Wild
touring
Mick Brown
anymore.
is up for it. Wild Mick Brown he's got that knot in his foot still from working the floor pedals.
Anyway.
All right, Eddie. All right, so we'll be back. We'll be joined by John Corrales to talk about everything that's going on with your Boston Celtics.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
All right.
his humility to be like, this is who I am and this is what I have to do to get to where I want to get to. When you have that humility, you have that confidence, and you have the work ethic piece. He takes pride in working.
I reminisce for a spell of jealousy.
We are Toucher and Hardy. Do we have them?
No, we're working on it. Oh, hold on. Yes, we should have John Corrales for you now.
All right. John Corrales is the Celtics beat writer for Sports Illustrated, as they are on the West Coast taking on the Suns tonight. They will be taking on the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. John Corrales, thank you for joining us, sir.
My pleasure. Happy to be back.
Thank you. All right. So where are we at here with Jason Tatum? What are you hearing? This is what everyone is interested in. He was ruled out for tonight. What are you hearing?
Well, hearing nothing, because these guys keep all this stuff under wraps completely. But they are he's guaranteed. I almost guaranteed to be back. Everything that he's doing is following the path of a guy who's trying to come back. When you return to practice and you're planning to play in a season, NBA rules force you to talk to the media every week. And now he's talked to the media twice in the 2 weeks that he's been working his way back. So he is planning, just by talking to the media, he's telling us he's planning to come back this year. What day? That's going to be that's the question, because you're still rehabbing, you're still working your way back, you're still trying to get to 100%, get your cardio, get your make it so your lungs stop burning when you're playing. So he's not going to give us a definitive date, but I know that he's hurt. He's planning on coming back. He's working towards coming back. Everything is building up to him playing the season.
But it seems real close now.
Very close.
The Celtics are releasing pictures of him practicing with the team. And you saw in one of the pictures, the shot clock and the game clock were working. I mean, this is a controlled scrimmage with his teammates. And then you guys asked Joe Mazzulla about it a couple of nights ago, and he wouldn't say anything. I mean, it's going to happen soon. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. I expect it to be in the next couple of weeks. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's probably in the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks at the most. Like he is going to be playing in March, because he's going to need time to get himself up to speed, working with these guys and getting ready for playoff basketball, whatever his version of playoff basketball is going to look like. So yes, I agree with you.
So, John, so much is getting made of, not only the physical rehab, but I keep hearing about like mentally and him getting over these hurdles. I don't want to say people are making too much of it, but I also think that once he gets out there and plays in a game, a lot of that is going to go away. The stress and the anxiety being back on the NBA floor, and also, trusting that Achilles and doing everything that people are saying is going to be stressful for him. My gut tells me that once he plays once, a lot of that just goes away.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I've never jumped out of a plane, but I got to assume that like the nerves and the buildup and getting your nerve up to do something like that is a lot more daunting than when you actually do it and it's exhilarating and there's a rush and then you're like, oh, let's go do it again. So you're probably right that once he gets out there, he'll be okay. But there is a mental element to it. All the guys who have gone through it talk about it. So it's real. And, especially when you're Jason Tatum's age, in your absolute prime, and your body just decides to betray you, and the game you love decides to betray you. I know it's a big, extreme word, but it is true, and now it took the game away from him for 9 months. So there's an element of kind of crossing that line. The build up to crossing that line is probably more daunting than actually doing it. I think you're right when it comes to that, but he still has to get there.
playing without him, though, and I'm watching them dismantle the Lakers in the second half on Sunday night. This team defensively has, I don't know, nothing short of spectacular. Rebounding the basketball, especially in the last couple of months, has been really, really good. How are they able to do this so consistently, given the talent drain they had from last year?
Well, I mean, it's the players stepping up. It's the coaching. Like Joe Mazzulla has them doing things that they don't normally do. It's all of it. But it starts defensively. It starts with Nemish Keita, who's defending the rim extraordinarily well, playing way, way above anything anybody thought, anything I thought for sure. So he's kind of starting that defensive unit. Obviously, Derek White being a monster defensive player. Think about the shooting season that he's had, and he's still a monster plus net rating guy. That's how good a defender he is. And then you're just getting all of these things from these performances from like a Baylor Shireman, who was awesome against Luka. Like Baylor Shireman is awesome against Luka Doncic. That I saw it happen. That's past tense, and it still doesn't make sense. You know,
that sentence no one thought would ever be uttered in the course of human events.
Very true.
Right. But you're getting that. You're getting something like we didn't know what Hugo Gonzalez would be. And yeah, he fouls too much. He's still a rookie. I have very, very high hopes for him. But he's out there defending like crazy. Jordan Walsh defends like crazy when he's out. All of these guys, all of these other guys are coming in and defending like monsters. So everybody's on the same page. Everybody's doing that. And then Jaylen Brown with the rebounding has been great. Like he's doing the stuff that Jason Tatum was doing, filling in the rebounding gaps. And you know, he's put up triple doubles. He's put up big rebounding numbers, and that kind of all ties it all together. And Joe just has them working together. Anybody that comes in is doing their job. Even if you don't play for a while, there's no confusion. There's no nothing. It's an incredible, it's just a well-oiled machine, and everybody from top to bottom deserves some amount of the credit.
So when Tatum comes back, what are your expectations for this team come playoff time?
My expectation is that Tatum is a more limited version of himself. Like we're not going to see the 40 minutes. We shouldn't see 40 minutes a game from Tatum, putting that kind of stress on his body, because he will not have that big ramp up that other guys have. So I would think that even if he starts, it'd be more limited minutes. And there is a possibility that he just comes off the bench throughout the rest of the season, and they just make it a consistent lineup that way where he can get his minutes and he'll just be kind of like the ultimate sixth man. But however they distribute it, I still think he'll be limited. He'll definitely be limited to start. And then when the playoffs come around, maybe they pump it up to 25, maybe 30 minutes, but it won't be the 38, 39, 40-minute type of performance. But he'll still be some version of himself. And when you think about what these guys have been able to do without him, if you just take Jordan Walsh out and put 70% of Jason Tatum in, that's a major upgrade. So I think you're going to see a team that does what it's been doing, but now has that other guy that you can go to. When you add Vucevic into the mix, who can space the floor, multiple guys who can attack Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum with that space, and now having a spacer out there, and with the defense stepping up, you have a team that can challenge now to come out of the East, which is a complete shock.
What do you think the offense will look like in the final minute of a playoff game, given how good Jaylen Brown has been this season? Is Jaylen Brown the guy with the ball in his hands instead of a 70% Jason Tatum in a key situation like that?
You know, that's a fair question. I think it'll happen less than it's happened during the regular season, but more than we're used to in a regular playoff game. So there's going to be an in-between where Jason will have the opportunity. And it kind of depends on how Jason feels, honestly. Like if he's not really up to it, or if he's, I don't want to say if he's not on the floor, but hey, look, you never know with Joe Mazzulla. So, but I think Jalen will have the ball in his hands more often. I think it'll be a little bit more democratic, but also you have guys like White and Pritchard and those guys who can initiate the offense and don't have to just be spacers. The way they run their offense, you can start Tatum and Brown. They do that a lot in the corners and run some actions for them coming up and getting the ball on the run. So it'll be kind of an either or situation. So I know that's something that everybody's looking at. I think Jalen will get the ball in his hands more often than we're used to, but there will be some level of sacrifice on both ends from Tatum and from Brown. Brown from what he's been doing this season and Tatum what he's been doing historically.
All right, John Corrales. It is an interesting final stretch this season for the Celtics as they play in Phoenix tonight. Read John in Sports Illustrated. John, thank you so much for the time.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Thanks, John.
Are you going to be watching tonight?
I'll watch the first half.
What if you're called into emergency? What if something happens with the snow? Something happens to Grandy. You're called into emergency.
So they going to put me on a plane this afternoon, fly me to Phoenix?
No, smartass. But what if you are called for the next game and you will have no knowledge of what happened?
I'll have to play catch up, but I'm not staying up all night.
You act isn't it funny that he acts like sarcastically about it? But this is legitimately what he does. He watches all the games in case he's called into duty.
Yeah, it's
which
not
is true. But then you just acted like it was absurd.
No, I was making fun of you. There's a difference.
No, but you were making fun of me for like being an idiot.
We all know that this is why I watch games. I love the Celtics, and in case I'm needed, I have to be up. Everyone listening, you know it, I know it. So I was making fun of you with that as a given. Yes, I would have to go back. I'll probably tape the second half.
So you are going to tape the second half?
I probably will, yes.
In case.
In case, sure.
Do you ever see that there's messages and then you're like, oh, God, this could be something bad happened to Grandy?
No, I'm not at that level yet. No, I'm not.
Could he? Because it is interesting because you like devote like so much of yourself in case you're called in to fill in.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see taking a nap or something and being away from your phone and then seeing.
Oh my God, it beeped. Hang on.
No. But then when you get up, like you see like 3 messages and you're like, oh God. And then just being like, oh, it's my wife. Like, oh, it's my kids.
not
just
there.
A little feeling in your stomach. We all get it when we see a text. Oh, I wonder who this is from. Is there that more often than not, are you thinking, hoping maybe this is a text to come call a game?
Yeah.
Who texts you when it's time to call a game?
Usually the boss will text me.
Who?
Oh boy, it's time.
Rick?
There's a problem.
You know what I would do if I was Rick? I would every night at midnight. I'd be like, just text John, and I'd be like, can you text me back? And then when John gets up, he texts him back, and then I would wait 12 hours, and then I'd text him back, and I would just
missed your window.
I forgot what I was going to ask.
I forgot what I was going to ask.
Even better, you missed your window. If you had texted me right back, I could have put you on a plane.
So when you see Rick text you, do you get excited?
That's right.
Do you get excited when you see that Rick texted you?
Excited is too strong a word.
But there is that this could be about the Celtics.
If Rick texts me, there is that eighth of a second where you're just like, oh, and then it's
oh, Rick, you have so much power over this man, you don't even understand.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, listen. Hopefully something happens and you get to call some games.
Well, the last 2 years I've only gotten one.
And you've only had one in the last 2 seasons?
No, each.
Oh, each season.
But two,
You've done
total
one
of
this
2.
year.
I've done one this year. I did it over Christmas. And, yeah, that usually is my limit now for the season. I get one.
Well, Grandy's got to get some side gigs here, get you in that booth. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics will be in Phoenix tonight to continue their 4-game road trip. Jaylen Brown listed as questionable on the opening night of a back-to-back. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 8:30 and the tip-off at 9 here on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
for snow totals oftentimes, and Ken Mahan and I had a very scientific conversation yesterday. I mean, you guys were hearing a part of it, but I don't blame you for not understanding. Moisture levels in the air, what the elevation and the Great Peak of Blue Hill can do to snowfall, and we had a good chat about it yesterday. And so Canton is oftentimes the honeypot for snow totals.
When was Canton finally civilized?
Incorporated?
Yeah, because it seemed...
I'm glad you asked. There is a copper mill. You've actually dined at a restaurant adjacent to the copper mill.
Oh, yes. I remember that place. Yeah.
Bird went upstairs and was reading the history involved. I found that very odd. When we were leaving, wasn't Bird with? Oh no, Nick.
Nick was upstairs.
Yeah, Nick was up there.
Yes.
Reading all the. He was very interested in what was going on.
Paul Revere's copper mill. I think it's Paul Revere. So
they had their own language in that honeypot, right?
Hundreds of years. Yeah, it's a series of clicks.
Yeah, it was so far removed. Like it was that area between those two massive peaks.
It was uncivilized.
It was uncivilized.
Too dangerous
so
to live here.
Right, and people just didn't even know it existed.
It was the last bastion of, and then in the winters, it was considered almost the devil's playground because only the devil could, or a cursed land. It was like Lower Uckton.
Mm-hmm.
It was just covered in snow while the rest of the valley remained dry.
Not accurate to say they had their own currency, but they had their own barter system. And there were, unfortunately, a lot of inbreeding, but since then have gotten very, very civilized to the point where some say it's the most civilized. Some say it's the best.
Certainly it has the hottest trials known to man. There's no question about that. We were all
with the bad.
We were all bad. I mean, you had the
Eyes of the World
news magazines out there. It was a whole thing. Mel Kiper, his new mock draft is out. He has Fernando Mendoza going number 1. He has gone out on a limb and said that. He has the Jets taking Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State, second. He has one other quarterback going in the first round, and it's to Pittsburgh. He has Ty Simpson, Pittsburgh taking Ty Simpson in the first round. And in case you're interested, Mason Thomas, an outside linebacker from Oklahoma, is who the Patriots are taking at 31.
Edge. Got to go edge.
Yes, Thomas can get offensive tackles leaning and then beat them with either speed or power. He uses his hands well and shows good bend off the edge. He had 15.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. With Chase on hitting free agency, they would love to have someone like Thomas getting after the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So R. Mason Thomas, he has an annoying name. His first name is R.
Okay.
Which is annoying, but you'll have to deal with that.
Where does Arvell Reese wind up? He's been the number 2 pick overall for months now.
Well, since the Jets take the premium position of safety.
That's right. Number 2.
He has Arvell Reese going 4th to Tennessee. He has David Bailey from Texas Tech, the pass rusher, going 3 to Arizona.
That's the guy I keep seeing the Jets take. For some reason, that guy has hopped over Arvell Reese. Right. A lot of mock drafts.
2 Notre Dame running backs, both getting taken in the first round, according to this mock draft. I believe those are the only 2 running backs getting taken in the first round.
Where's Jeremiah Love?
9th to the Chiefs, which is a very popular spot for him. Jordan Tyson, who is a lot of people like he had injury problems, wide receiver, is going 14 to Baltimore. Jets taking Peter Woods, the Clemson defensive tackle, who I saw play in person, and I couldn't figure out who he was because no one did anything in that game. So therefore, I'm saying he stinks because I know because I was at one of his games.
Where's Pittsburgh's first round pick? Where do they
21st.
Okay. I think it's very telling that the Jets, who you've said over and over again, desperately need a quarterback, skipped twice on Simpson. And that's not the first mock I've seen where the Jets don't take Simpson at 16.
So when people, if very quickly, if you want to hear the theory, listen, a lot of people need mock drafts. So the thing is, the Jets have 3 first round. They're going to suck next year, and they have 3 first round picks in next year's draft. The idea would be, why would you take a quarterback in this draft if you have that kind of? You could make the argument that it makes more sense for Pittsburgh to take a quarterback in this draft because Pittsburgh's going to be okay regardless of who their quarterback is. Like, they what do you think they'll win? 7 games?
Maybe.
I mean, if the Jets win 6 games, that's 6 Sundays with coming out of there with the big dubs. I mean, that's huge. So, I mean, the chances of the Jets winning more than 6 games.
If you
what's their over under? 4.5?
But if you have 2 first-round picks, and we've said this many times on the show, you just keep taking quarterbacks until you hit on one.
I agree.
If you only had one first-round pick and it was in the middle, then fine. But you just keep taking as many quarterbacks as you can.
They have the first pick in the second round.
You can get the Jets at 5.5 or 6.5 right now, over under.
Whoa. 6.5.
6.5 on some books.
Wow. Okay.
Well, look out. The backup quarterback from the Eagles is coming in, so you better. He's tall. 6'6".
I want to see if I've got it on any of mine. I can't believe anybody.
Pound the under.
I can't believe
Pound the under. 5.5. There's a chance they could win 6 games. Anyone can win 6 games.
Because you have Miami blowing it up and starting over.
Right, and they have a last place schedule.
Right.
They play like Tennessee. Like there's games they could
should
win.
beat. They could theoretically beat Miami twice.
Well,
theoretically, well, they should be good for 1 win.
You think Quinn Ewers, if you're going in there with that kind of quarterback advantage with Miami with Quinn Ewers,
right?
I mean, you can't expect to overcome that. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Miami's doing their best to get rid of everybody.
So the idea, I guess, would be to build some sort. I mean, and this is the last thing I'll say. The Jets have literally no one on defense that would be guaranteed a spot next season. Harrison Phillips, who they traded for, would be on the team. There's going to be guys that are going to be on the team, but in terms of guys that you will not move, like both the edge rushers, they don't care. They were both first-round picks, Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald. They're no good.
A lot of the guys, I was reading this the other day, a lot of the guys that were on the field when the Patriots beat the snot out of them at the end of the season are going to be out on the field for week 1 next year.
Well, you can only get so many players. I mean, there's 11 guys on defense. You're not going to pick up 11 new guys.
No, I know. What I'm saying, this is part of the narrative here. The Jets are just a little bit ahead of Miami, and not they're actively just getting rid of every star, but at the same time, they're not good.
No. They have an offensive line, so they could quite literally just draft defense. And they have, 2 first-round picks and the first pick in the second round. That's 3 incredible talents that they've got to bring in. But especially, they should go safety, fullback.
Yeah, that's safety number 2 overall.
Listen, he's a real game changer. Hardy's busy gambling right now.
5.5 for the Jets on both of my sites here, and also to win the Super Bowl plus 25,000.
Well, listen, who would have had the Patriots?
Yeah,
the Jets most likely make it, I'd assume. Especially,
I mean they'll make the Super Bowl. I don't know if they win it though.
Right. But that just to screw with your heads, they make the Super Bowl. All right. Hardy was out doing what he does best, relating with the man, sharing his manly knowledge. We will have that for you in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy.
Max have the pregame at 8:30 and the tip-off at 9 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Suns will be down Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks. Booker has a hip strain. Brooks broke his left hand last week. Patriots yesterday released running back Antonio Gibson. He's coming off a torn ACL. In NFL news, teams have until 1 week from today to use their franchise tag. Dallas will reportedly use it on wideout George Pickens. Atlanta will use it on tight end Kyle Pitts. The U.S. men's hockey team will visit the White House today to celebrate their Olympic gold medal. The Bruins' next game is Thursday night at home against Columbus. And the Red Sox lost their first preseason game 2-1 to Tampa Bay in Port Charlotte, Florida yesterday. Sox play Pittsburgh back in Fort Myers this afternoon. Lefty Ranger Suarez will pitch. A lot of the starting lineup will be behind him in the field. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the 99 Restaurant. Head to the Nines this Thursday night to play trivia. Enjoy 6 packs of bone-in wings. And for a chance to win 99 gift cards and other great prizes, you gotta love the Nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Are you actually coaching the game, or it's just that is? I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
The Sports Hub.
And now back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
So I just need your first name.
Christine.
And is it okay if we use this on the radio?
It depends on what you're going to ask me.
It's very simple. It's about the storm coming up. I just want to know what you're shoveling with.
A shovel?
What kind of a shovel?
A snow shovel?
What's the shaft made out of? Do you know? Is it fiberglass? Is it true tempered steel? What is it?
I don't know about my shafts.
Of understanding, we had Ken Mahan on yesterday from the Globe, and Hardy explained how he in Canton is in a honeypot situation due to the Blue Hill Mountain.
We got a honeypot hill situation.
Which for Zolak was a diarrhea situation, but for Hardy, it's a snow diarrhea situation.
Honey?
It's Father Winter diarrheaing all over because he
loves
a
honey dipped donut.
He loves the peaks of the Canton Valley. But Hardy, so you came in yesterday, you went home, and then you were out on the streets. What were you doing?
Well, everybody did the same thing, I think, yesterday. You waited as long as you could and decided at some point you got to, get out there. And whether you're doing it in stages or you waited until the very end and all at once, but you had to get out there and you had to shovel. And I'm always curious when I see my neighbors out there and we're all doing the same thing. I want to know.
What you shoveling with? What you shoveling with? What you shoveling with? What you shoveling with?
The age-old suburbia question, what exactly are you shoveling with? And yesterday was no time to be out socializing. But I saw other people out in the cul-de-sac. So once I finished up, and I felt most people had finished up, I felt like I missed out on part of the experience.
Right.
So instead, I got on the phone. I just started calling neighbors.
Oh, okay. Oh. Interesting.
And just to have a quick chat. And got a few neighbors on the phone to find out, look, I felt bad I couldn't come over and see you, but I got questions.
All right, so here's Hardy calling his neighbors because he was not able to interact with them outside.
Interesting.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Dave.
Well, Dave, learn how to answer the phone. Yellow. Cul-de-sac here. Drop the keys in the keyboard.
Now, Dave, I actually saw drive by. Dave, not an actual neighbor, but I saw Dave drive by on Pleasant Street.
Oh, he was out. What is he driving around? Does he have a?
Oh, you'll find out.
Oh, okay. Ooh, all right.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Dave.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. I know you were out there earlier. Just curious. What you shoveling with?
Oh boy. I actually wasn't shoveling. I was plowing.
Oh.
So I'm shoveling with a 9-foot loaded Fisher plow package.
Oh, the Fisher plow package. Wow. How are you feeling after he said that?
I might as well not have balls. Like, like everyone is different than me. Every man is different than me. Every man is like, this is a test of wills. It's a fight for survival. To me, it's just crushing depression.
Up there in the cushy confines of Newton, maybe you can get away with not being a man, but down in the honeypot, you gotta have the Fisher plow with the full plow package.
I had to stay on my people. I mean, I had to wake them all up from their basement dwelling. Up, out, and then I sat there. I had to tap my foot for an hour while
Phone down, shovel up.
Yeah, I had to tap my foot for a solid hour while I hastily crossed my arms and watched them work. Come on, boy. But no. No, I shoveled for an hour and a half, 2.5 hours.
Do you have you experienced this? I'm sure you have, John. I know you must have. Where it's like, come on, we're going out to shovel, and you're ready, so you go out, and then you silently count how many minutes it takes for you to not be alone.
That is set my watch by it.
Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, good. Well, we can do this over 2 breaks because I'm glad you said that.
Exactly right.
So my son, usually I wouldn't have had him last night. I would have had him all day, but then I would have gotten him after school today. But he's 17, whatever. So but he stayed over with this specific that because I can't plow snow. It's a long story, but I can't plow. I got to shovel. So I go, he's up in the morning because he had school over the internet. And so I saw him like after the show and I said, hey, why don't you go out and shovel right now? I'll take a nap. Then when you have school, we went over his schedule. And then when you have school again, I'll go out and shovel, and then when you're done with school, we'll finish everything up. And he said, okay.
Perfect.
So I went upstairs. I took like an hour and a half nap. I got up. I looked outside. I opened the door. He had not walked outside. So I went upstairs. I said, why didn't you? He was playing video games. I said, why didn't you do anything? He goes, whatever the hell reason. And I said, all right, well, come out now because I'm going to go out and shovel. And then he goes, okay. And then, so I went out and shoveled. I came in, and he was sitting at the kitchen table drinking this, like, protein weight gainer shake. And he goes, I'll come out when I'm done with this. It's a glass of shake. I'm like, all right, dude. He's like, it doesn't taste good. I'm like, okay, well, it's like, when is this going to happen?
So you're done now, then?
So he's like, it took another half an hour of him drinking this, to consume this shake while he was on his phone. But then he went out and started shoveling like a lot, and he did well. And so he's on one side, like the end of the driveway. His car's behind my car. We're parked in a single file, and I'm shoveling like the back end of the driveway. And he goes, hey, Dad, can I ram the end of the driveway? And I went, oh, well, he's been out there for 45 minutes, like doing it. Like if he has a 4-wheel drive car. If he wants to roll over what's left, like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's been out of the shop for at least 2 or 3 weeks now.
He hasn't popped a tire in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, and so why not go at it? So I'm again, there's a big blizzard happening, so I'm not paying too much attention. So he goes, and then all of a sudden I hear, and I look, and he's stuck in 3 feet of snow. Because he did not shovel any of it. He indeed rammed it with his car.
Smart.
And then he goes, Dad, in fairness, you told me I could ram it with my car. And I went, super. So we spent
Dad, it's your fault, Dad.
He's like, you can still hear the birds. These are snowbirds. They're like old people in Florida, snowbirds yakking. But then we spent 10 minutes digging his car out.
Good.
And I couldn't get that mad at him because, in fairness, I did tell him.
You told him he could do it.
I told him he could ram it, but he was. At the end of the day, he was very helpful. I did. Now, was I out there an hour more than him? Yes.
Yeah.
But he did do it. Did he shovel the street again? Yes. Yes, he did. He was shoveling in the street, and I said that is unnecessary. That is not our property, and that will be plowed.
It drives me so freaking insane, and I have to take a deep breath and not be a dick. But whenever I ask my son to do something, he wants like the full plan laid out. Well, what are we doing? And my instinct, I think, as a nurturing parent, is to take him by the back of the head and shove his face up against the window and say, that's what we're doing. You see that frozen wasteland out there? We're going to go make it so that it's habitable. But instead I said, well, I'm going to take care of the driveway and that big, mound from the plow at the end. I need you to do the front porch, which I can't believe we got all that snow on the front porch and the front steps and the first part of the sidewalk closest to the house, and I'll take the snowblower down the rest of it. He goes, okay, how far? I'm like, as far as you think I need you to do so that I can push the snowblower down there. And then it's a lot of like reinforcing of the previous instructions and then asking what's next. And I have to stop myself from saying, which I have said in the past, the next time you ask me how much longer or how much more, I'm going to come up with more stuff for you to do. Just keep going. Just keep going. Where there's snow, where there shouldn't be, remove it. That's all. That's all we're doing out here.
Yeah, my kids have gotten me to the point where my daughter, I don't ask her to do anything. Like, I ask her to read, which is a whole thing. Like, I'm like, hey, can you read? And that's like a whole, like, watching her do it. And so that's out the window. She does well in school and everything, but, like, that's a whole out the window. And he does the things that he has to do, which is a lot. But in terms of, like, around the house,
yeah,
like, explaining how to take a dish, clean it, and put it in the dishwasher is not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth telling him because, or her, it's not even worth saying put it in the sink. Like, it's just like, why? I don't want to be that. I don't want to argue. It's enough. I don't need the talk. I'd rather just do it myself. Yesterday I needed him. I did, like, so I actually needed him. But, like, I'm like, we got to switch our places of our cars at night. And he's like, okay. And so he's in shorts and we're outside.
Yeah.
And,
that's the other thing. I had to instruct him what to wear before he went outside. Put on pants, put on boots.
Well, my daughter walks around in flip-flop Uggs, so yeah, in the snow. So
how much of a fight do you have with your son to put the pants on?
Oh,
that's the constant battle, especially yesterday. You can't go outside in that. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, because he wants to wear shorts.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so he had shorts, and so I'm like waiting in the car for him to move his car, and 2 minutes goes by, which is a long time, and I look out, and he's like, with his palm like rubbing the windshield because it needed to be immaculate to pull out and then pull back in.
Yeah.
He's like sitting there like, yeah, exactly. Like
the fingernail.
He's wetting his fingernail and taking it off. And I'm like, meanwhile, I have 8 tons of snow all over. I can see, I have like one eye hole in the windshield. I'm like, just move the car. But I don't yell at him. Mm-hmm. He's the 2 people on the planet that I whatever genetic thing is, I have this governor that I never yell at that. I have to make myself, I never yell at her. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that would be a disaster. In him, I have to plan out if I'm going to yell at him. So it's like once a year, like I'll yell at him, but it's like a whole sermon. Get out of there! No, Nick, see, that's why when Nick behaves like one of them,
you save it for.
I have no governor for it because in my mind he's an adult. I've saved enough.
Yeah.
Plus, I have an ex-wife. I can't be yelling at my ex-wife. There's no one to yell at. So when Nick and I was a big yeller, so now I don't really yell anymore. Nick. So when Nick is being obstinate, that is when all the yelling goes to Nicholas. If Adolfo was here, I'd yell at him too. But now it's just Nick. I don't know Ryan well enough. Nick is like an appendage. I feel very comfortable yelling at Nicholas. He loves it too. Don't let him get it wrong. All right, let's continue with this. I'm sorry, but you brought up children and shoveling.
Yeah. Wait a second. Is that got hydraulics on it?
Yes, it does.
What else?
Springs, state of the art, cutting edge, curb guard, all the bells and whistles.
How's that curb guard work? When you go up against the curb and the thing just kind of lifts up on its own. How do it know?
You know what it does? It guards. It guards the curb, and it guards the blade.
You don't really know how it works, do you?
I don't.
Got him.
I would give
Well done.
anything to like this kind of stuff. I absolutely hate it. I hate it. Hardy thrives in these conditions.
Oh, it's so good.
He loves it. Like there was that part of him. He was arguing this morning that get into work, get into work, get into work, which is an admirable trait. I'm not making fun of you, but I don't have that.
There was that
when the elements are against you, you have this like will to fight. My urge is to submit.
Guy at the end of the street had someone come over with a tractor. I don't know where the tractor came from, but a tractor with a plow. So there's a guy in a pickup truck with his plow, and then he was followed by a guy in a tractor with a plow. And I don't think it was Roger, because Roger got stuck in Bermuda. I don't think he made it back yesterday.
Yeah, stuck in quotation.
Well, but it looked like Roger there. But I desperately wanted to know what was going on, but I couldn't call the neighbor about it because he wasn't doing it. He didn't know. What's he going to do? Tell me, how he found the guy's number and hired him? That is of no interest to me. I need boots on the ground, literally.
Would you want a plow on the front of your truck?
No. Because you know thyself and your limitations. Like that's a whole skill set that I don't have, and you almost have to devote your truck to that being its purpose. You can drive it around the rest of the year, but unless you have like the real truck for it, from what I'm told, it does absolute hell to the transmission and suspension, and it's a whole thing.
Jimmy has a question for Hardy. This is, of course, awoken our huge audience this morning. But Jimmy, go ahead.
Yes, all 25 of us.
Exactly.
But I listen daily. So my question was going to be an if, but after talking with Nick, I realized it's not an if as much as it is a how much. Hardy, when you are snow blowing, will you, let's say you're looking at the road
Good.
is in front of you.
Good.
Are you back snow blowing the left-hand side of the curbing, and how far down as a means to prevent the incoming plow plowing more snow into your freshly cleared entrance to your driveway?
Excellent.
Because I know we all do.
Excellent question. Good for you. Thank you. The amount of snow that I blow into the street is at an absolute bare minimum. And now I am lucky enough to have room to throw on either side of my driveway. Now it gets a little hinky up toward, the part of the house. And this is why the order is of paramount importance. You got to do the driveway first because some of that snow is going to be blown over onto the sidewalk area in front of the house. You don't want to do it twice, You don't want to wipe yourself and then go poop.
Or measure. What is the thing?
Measure twice, cut once.
There's no application here.
It's more poetic than that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But when it comes to blowing the snow into the street, no. I'm also aware of how much and how far I'm blowing over into my neighbor's yard on that side.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole situation. If the neighbors are out and even you're shoveling and my perilous, there's I'm working with like a foot on each side where I can put snow. There's a very perilous, even if like the wind was to blow onto their property, I would feel terrible.
Yeah. Well, I have no reservations about blowing more snow into his front yard. And
oh no, but you guys are also like tight. I don't even know how many people live in the house next to me. Not in front, I know them, but the people like next to me, like if you were facing,
you don't know how many
on
people
the
live
left,
there. What are their names?
I think it's a multifamily sitch, but it's not a multifamily unit. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the cops.
Don't you guys all share the same dumpster?
I mean, on
your
August 24th.
Your efficiency and their efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we both have to deal with Bookman, so I'll tell you that. But a bubble butt or a booger butt or whatever the hell they called them. Listen, as long as Thelma doesn't get pregnant, we're okay. All right. We'll have more of Hardy's calls to the neighbors, but first we will talk to his good friend, Mike Dussault. We'll talk to him in just a moment.
More Toucher and Hardy next.
leave a room at a running back.
All I got, man. Oh, it's brutal. I'm still not out.
I mean, is it like a steel core handle? Is it what?
No, I've broken 2 shovels already this winter, and so I had to go get my third. And this was just like a cheap $21 Ace Hardware plastic.
Yeah, keep buying cheap ones, dummy.
Well, the Snow Joe electrical snow blower little hand, that thing didn't work. That thing broke in half. So yeah, this winter's crushed my shovel supply.
Joe was talking about some like incinerator thing that you can buy, that it's like a flame. And then a guy called up and said that's bad because it turns the snow obviously to water, and then that freezes and you get black ice.
Why can't I just run a hot wire through my driveway, like in the pavement, and I just heat it up and it just melts everything? And why can't that happen?
Because the fantasy is in these scenarios, and I get it every time, that the rare times we get snows like this, is that you just have a flamethrower and you can just, and I'm sure, I know this happens, that people try to light it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And, like the guy who used to cut my hair who said, you want the grass to grow, you got to let it dry, very dry, and then you light it on fire. And then you light on fire, and then it gets very lush.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what
I didn't
he
know
said.
that.
And then he went,
Of course.
because he was so old he would fart without knowing it.
Oh.
Yeah, he would just walk and fart.
I thought about getting the backpack blower out last night after because you go out there and clear as everybody did yesterday, and then another like half-inch to an inch fell on top of it. I'm like,
get the scraps.
I could just blow this off the driveway, but the shed was inaccessible.
Oh.
And I'm like, I gotta pull that thing out of there. I'm like, it's no.
Well, you gotta find a way to get to that shed.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
now
kidding.
how long is the shed going to be
Snow
inaccessible?
blow a path to the shed.
Why don't you text me around 1:00 this afternoon and ask me if it's still inaccessible?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
1,300. That you'll be able to go have lunch in there if you want to.
Because if not, I'm going to end up like
1,300.
I'm going to Hutchinson if you don't get to that shed, because you won't inaccess it.
Oh God.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
drive
do,
me,
but
it's going to drive me to madness. All right, so Mike,
you're familiar with what happened with Michael Hutchinson from In Excess, aren't you?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was quite a mishap.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. Didn't that happen to Carradine too?
Hey,
Yeah. Whoops a
happens
daisy.
to the best of us.
No, that's. I mean, it's. I don't share that compulsion, but what can I say? It might be a full-on thing. All right, Mike, do so. What are you going to do without Antonio Gibson now, huh?
Yeah.
No, I know. No, not surprising. I think you're starting to, cut some of these older guys that you think you can get younger, cheaper, better. So it'll make it a little more interesting once I hopefully get to the combine. I was supposed to go out Monday and then Sunday, and now hopefully tonight. So hopefully get there. Take a closer look at the running backs. It's I'd like to add maybe some size there, some short yardage. Maybe change it up a little bit.
Out of the list of needs for the Patriots, because I read this morning too, I mean, is that really something that you necessarily need to spend a draft pick on? Or, because I think of draft picks as being currency like anyone else, but maybe packaging them up to get something that you truly do need. Running backs are out there in free agency. I mean, you can find a running back. Do you need to draft one?
Yeah, I mean, and I'd say day 3, but I think you can still find rotational guys in day 3. I don't know, you're going to pay a little bit more for a little bit older guy in free agency, a little bit more wear and tear maybe. But I just think that's a position where almost every year you take one. But again, I think they're short yardage, maybe not Ramondre's best thing, maybe not Henderson's best thing, but maybe they get a guy with a little bit of size, a little bit of ability to get those short yardage pickups that they had trouble with last year.
Yeah, that sounds like an undrafted free agent situation.
There you go.
Looking for just a short yardage back
guy that can run a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a guy who's maybe playing every week.
Guy who gets maybe 4 snaps a game.
Well, Josh McDaniels loves fullbacks. I mean, he does like fullbacks.
Well, I mean, if he likes fullbacks, can we let's try to get a good fullback too. Let's go out there and try to find one. I don't know where they are, but
I was just going to say, how many fullbacks are there walking that put on pads?
I think you could have the debate of do they need a fullback? And certainly a lot of people don't like the fullback aspect of the offense. But I just feel like if you're gonna play one, why don't you go find a good one? So maybe that's another spot they look at this year. There's only one Kyle Juszczyk out there right now, though.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. I mean, there's a lot of wing tees going on in college football right now, so you got to find your guy. But first of all, do you think, Mike, going into the combine, that they're going to keep their picks? Or do you think it's more likely that they're going to go all in this season?
Stripes. I hope they don't keep all of them, and that's going to make for a long Saturday when we're all ready to be done. I hope that they're able to move up and make some targeted selections. I think they've got okay depth right now. I don't think that there's, we really need to fill out the depth in the roster. I think they need talent. I think they need definitely free agency or the draft. They need an edge, at least one edge guy who can make an impact and impact the passer against big tackles. So, but I'd like to see them be targeted. I'd love to see them move up and really, not try to flood the board with a bunch of new picks, but be selective and find a handful of guys that can really contribute at the spots that you need.
Where are you at on the Max Crosby situation?
Oh yeah, no, I'd take him for sure. I'd give up that first round pick. I don't know if I'd go 2 first round picks, but I think that's exactly the kind of player you need. The comp I keep making is, they won the Super Bowl in 2003. They went out and got Corey Dillon. They kept trying to get better and change the equation a little bit on teams. And I think they got to do that this year. Schedule's going to be tougher. A lot of really good teams that they're going to have to play. So an addition like Max Crosby, who can, really help Milton Williams and open up even more for that defense. I think that's what I'm talking about. That's a slam dunk move. Go get, one talented guy rather than, 3 guys and hope somebody emerges to be okay.
Suppose the Patriots stay at 31 and the time comes to pick and you have equal talent available at edge, tackle, and wide receiver. Which direction do they go?
I'd probably say edge right now, just because I feel like if that's the case, this is a deeper edge class, and there's probably a really good player there that could instantly come in and play some of what Chason has done. Maybe they bring Chason back, but even still, you get a guy that can get upfield. But there's still value in getting that long-term tackle replacement. I mean, people want to talk about the left side, but how much more are you going to get out of Morgan Moses? And that's usually the spot where you're drafting your right tackle of the future. Somebody, I know Nate Solder went a little earlier, but somebody like that where he doesn't have to start right away, but he can learn behind Moses and get up to speed. That's unfortunately the kind of thing. Those are, when you get into that late first round and late second round, that's the kind of picks you're making. Developmental guys, but if they have a chance to get a starter, especially at edge right out of the gate there at 31, I think it's a slam dunk.
Dude, just quickly, how firm do you think the Patriots hold to their assertion that they've got their left tackle, they've got their left guard, everything? Certainly with Will Campbell, Mike Vrabel seemed to make it very clear that they were all set there. I mean, is that true?
I buy it. I do for this year. I mean, you're really going to have to make a major move to go get a legit left tackle. So it's not one of those things where somebody came available and it fell into our lap and now we can, move Will Campbell. I believe what Vrabel said at face value. We'll see if that changes. I mean, if a great player became available, I don't know if that necessarily would preclude them, but I think drafting a right tackle of the future, that to me is the move at tackle this year, and make sure you're protected if Morgan Moses starts to break down a little bit. I mean, he's, we all know he's a little bit older, but right now I think they're going to roll with Will Campbell. It was quite the defense Vrabel gave him, and I think he deserves a second year.
It's just if you whiff on Campbell and then you make a trade for Crosby, and then you're looking at yourself and you're saying, what kind of position are we in a couple of years? But you made the Super Bowl last year, so I guess the impulse
house money.
The impulse would be, if we made the Super Bowl last year and we actually get an edge rush next year, who's to say what's going to happen? It's just that's a very bold move, and the Patriots have made plenty of first round picks that suck. I mean, Cole Strange isn't anywhere to be seen. I mean, they've made plenty of late first round picks that are terrible.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
If you can turn it into a real player, I guess you got to do that if you can.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to see Will Campbell. If was this an injury issue down the end? I thought he was pretty solid. We weren't crying and complaining about him before he got hurt. I don't think he set the world on fire. I thought he was really solid though. So I think sometimes if a player sucks one year, you get carried away. Well, he sucks. We got to get someone else for him. Sometimes you got to give these young kids a chance to develop. And you're right, it is a little bit scary, but he's certainly going to be challenged this year, like he was last year with all these different edge rushers. He's going to have to go against that Seattle defense again in Seattle. So you'll get a good sample for Will Campbell's development.
So when you're out there in Indianapolis, are you hitting the restaurants and bars late at night to get the inside information? That's why you go.
I don't hit the pavement like that as much. I do like to hit the restaurant. So St. Elmo's. I missed it last night. The whole group went to St. Elmo's. So hopefully I'll get some steak. But I don't know. I mean, you run into people here and there, but I don't know. I'm not a pound the pavement kind of guy.
Well, Breer's out there,
he's
Not
making it
yet.
happen.
I mean, he's got
Not
these
yet.
GMs in his back. I know. I've heard he's been bitching on Twitter to great effect.
I think we'll be on the same flight tonight. That's what I'm expecting. Hopefully, 6 o'clock out of Boston. Fingers
Well, I
crossed.
mean, he'll get on it before you because he complained on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they can't have that. I mean,
I won't
that kind
stand
of
for it.
negative PR, I mean, that's going to be debilitating. In fact, I've dumped all my airline stock. 9:30 can't come fast enough. I'm short in all of that stuff. It's like, what happened? Some guy from SI was talking crap. Delta is in the toilet. All right, Mike Dussault.
If you're sitting in the Delta front office too, it's like, look, this is a major situation we got here on our list of priorities. What are we going to do? Well, there's a blizzard. There are no priorities. We shut down. But this guy needs to get to the NFL Combine to watch people.
Yeah.
All right. Let's make another flight. Let's make another flight for him.
Well, you saw when Bert Kreischer, the guy that does Tom Segura, when he called the lady the C word, you saw that the airline went scrambling. They fell apart.
Right.
It's always a good idea, and I've done it myself. I no longer have the ability to, but to throw a fit on Twitter. It works to great effect. All right, Mike Dussault, thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. That's true. You guys were telling me that Bert Breer was really having at it with the airlines last night. Yeah. Maybe you should pull those up, and maybe we read those next.
Oh, we're working on we're working on something. It's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Good. I like to make fun of Bert. It's very good, enjoyable because he's fresh off Vermont, so his legs are sore. he can't sit coach. I mean, his legs. He's been skiing. All that lactic acid is built up. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. And by now you've heard the comments of John Cooper, Team Canada's hockey coach, who says he's talking about the overtime loss against the USA. He says you take 4 players off the ice, now hockey's not hockey anymore. There's a reason overtimes and shootouts are in play. It's all TV driven to end games, so it's not for a long time. Let me shut this door. We've now reached critical mass.
Yeah, people are actually showing up. I mean, we're not used to this.
Yeah, and
there are people in the office.
All morning it's fine. It's when Milliken shows up.
Oh, that was Milliken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there is big Red Sox news afoot. You know, they lost to Tampa Bay yesterday.
Right.
In walk-off fashion. Am I wrong?
That is
or am I
correct.
right?
No, you're right.
So Milliken is fit to be tied.
It was DeLuca who did him in.
Now, in fairness, we had the door open, and you need to have that conversation in the hall right in front of you.
Yes. Without looking, hey, the door's open.
I mean, because the office is teeming with people and that it's closed. So if you're 2 people, I mean, you need to have the conversation right in front of the open door where the show is broadcasting.
Move that down the hallway a little bit. Just a little bit.
No, that's all right. But anyway, John Cooper says there's a reason there's overtime and shootouts are in play. It's all TV driven and to end games, so not a long time. There's no reason why it's not a Stanley. There's a reason why it's not in Stanley Cup final or playoffs. Now, people are very angry at him. They say he's a sore loser. But the thing is that the Olympics needs to change this. If this is going to be such a big thing, they need to play 5-on-5. No one ever watching that game, no one wanted that game to end in that 3-on-3 fashion. No one. I mean, it was one of the best hockey games you've ever seen in front of one of the biggest audience hockey has ever seen. And then you end it. I mean, Cooper, fine, he's a sore loser. But this thing gets so out of hand. I was listening to Mad Dog on the way, and they were replaying a show from yesterday. And there's a guy that calls in, and he's like, Canada's not our enemy. Canada's not our enemy. Like, this is a hockey issue, not an international issue. And you're like, oh, wow. Thank you for breaking down the geopolitical nature of this. You mean that Canada is not a threat to the United States? And that this isn't a Russia 1984 situation?
I was almost exclusively thinking about the game in those terms.
Yeah, like the search for a villain ends when Russia is no longer in the Olympics. Like when Russia's not in the Olympics, there's not the villain. Like despite of the bickering between the two nations, I'm not writing this down as a Rocky IV. No. I mean, the United States hockey, if you grew up playing in these international tournaments as these guys all did, you're an inferior product. You've been raised to know that Canada's better.
What about
So for them, it's a huge deal. But I mean, for anyone else, I mean, Jesus Christ.
For anybody who is a fan of hockey, it's impossible to think of Canada as the villain. If you're a fan of a team, there were a couple of guys from your team on that Canada team, most likely, and it's like you can't root against them top to bottom. There are a couple of guys on Canada I don't like. There are a couple of guys on the U.S. team I don't like.
Well, there's plenty of guys on the U.S. team I don't like. And, I mean, listen, now Bennett's on the Canadian team, and when he got the 4-minute double minor, I did enjoy that because he's completely out of control.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy that. But Marchand.
There's no situation I can think of where I'm going to be rooting against Brad Marchand specifically when he's on the ice.
Right.
I just can't do it.
I mean, we do get a little over our skis here with this. Now, the women beating the Canadian team is, in my opinion, a far bigger deal because they've never won gold, right? In the Olympics, the U.S. women, didn't we go through that exercise? Wasn't it Canada?
Canada beat the U.S. a whole bunch, but I don't remember.
And then, like, out of nowhere, like Finland or something won. But what?
Sweden, I think it
You
was.
sound like
Catherine Tappan.
Well, Finland and Sweden are the same thing.
You sound like Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off when you said Canada, 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 or Canada, Canada, Canada when they're at the ball game.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Canada, 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 Canada.
Swing batter.
It's like you have all day. What are you going to do? Me and the lady are going to take in a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's going to be on
I'm
WGN.
going to go out to eat. Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're honest with yourself, there's no way that game should have ended in a 3-on-3. It just
Of course not.
It was all that drama and all that greatness. And the fact that U.S. just had a goaltender that was standing on their head. I mean, that's what fantastic games are. And then you go to a 3-on-3 thing, and then it's just this like kind of messy breakout, and that ends the game. I mean, that's the rules, but I mean, it would be better if that wasn't the way.
3 times the women won gold, Fred, so you should probably issue an apology. 98 in Nagano, 2018 in Pyeongchang.
Oh,
sounds right.
And
I was there too, so that's
yeah, that's a real egg on your face because you were at that one.
Oh, now I realize it's no big deal that the U.S. women's hockey team. I was under the impression that it was. Now I realize it was no big deal at all.
98, the inaugural tournament, they beat Canada in that one. Who can forget?
Oh, then why is everyone making such a big deal about it? If you already won.
I don't know.
In 2018, they beat Canada in a shootout.
Oh, my God.
In a shootout in a gold medal game?
But why do you think they made it 3-on-3?
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is it's the end of a long tournament, and the NHL didn't want extra punishment. I have no idea.
Not
the
end of
NHL had nothing to do with
the
this.
end of the tournament doesn't have anything to do with it. They're going to have the same rules.
It would have been at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday or a Sunday if it was going to be the NHL had its hands in it.
There aren't enough games for them to change the rules like during the tournament.
For some reason, they wanted it to end quick. I don't know.
Why do they want Olympic hockey to end with 3-on-3? And I think that's your answer. They can't afford to have games lasting an infinite amount of time. So every game from start to finish is going to end with 3-on-3 because we can almost be assured these things will be over by X time on the clock.
But
the
gold medal
semifinals
game
had like a good 2 hours between games.
Yeah.
So I don't, unless this is an unprecedented situation where it just goes on and on and on and on for 2 hours.
If you want to change the rules, it should be 5-on-5 in the gold medal game. I don't think that would have altered anyone's perception of reality if you had 5-on-5. If you want to play 3-on-3 in the semifinals, fine, but it should be 5-on-5 in the gold medal game. Well, what's the
there's
problem
nothing
with that?
after it.
Yeah.
Are they inventing?
It's not going to bleed into the closing ceremonies. Well, what's the problem? And even if it does, so what?
In this nuclear option that all of a sudden, for it to bleed, it was 8:30 in the morning, 6 hours plus. I mean, when did the closing ceremony start? So you're now envisioning this dystopia where this game just never ends.
Okay, so
they're falling over and dying.
Let me throw a theory out there.
Kaboom.
What if the NHL, specifically owners, got the ear of the IOC and said, hey, we're not thrilled with our guys playing in this in the first place. Can you do us a solid and make sure that they're not completely wasted and gassed? Well, how are we going to do that? How about you don't keep them out there for double overtimes throughout the tournament? As a matter of fact, just make it 3-on-3 for the whole thing. And that is going to, even if it's a 10% reduction in injuries and stuff like that, we'll take that.
Okay, so if I'm the NHL, I would scrap all of that and I would triple down on not having the game at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I would use every ounce of negotiating power I had to move that game into a better window. That would be my.
Well, it's a give and take, Fred.
Yes. And so you take everything except for that window. If I was the NHL, if they indeed had any power over this at all, A, they would have gotten a rink made better. And B, they would have not had the game on at 8:30 in the morning.
6:30 Mountain Time, 5:30 Pacific.
Yeah, California, Vancouver. I mean, these are places on the planet that would have liked to watch it. I mean, it's 5 in the morning on the West Coast. Yes, if I was the NHL, I would have said, you know what? Make every game 7 periods. Just put the game on when people are going to watch it.
You're never going to have casual fans watching hockey more than you would have during the Olympics.
And that's the only boost to the NHL because you're giving up all this product for 2.5 weeks. You're giving up your arenas. So, they give in because the players want it so bad. So, fine. But the NHL, the only thing you can hope to get out of this is some kind of national interest in the game that bleeds out from this. And the best way of that is not having it at 5:30 in the morning West Coast time. I mean, that's what I would. If they had anything to do with anything, I would imagine the game would have been a better slot. Even on Saturday, have it at night on Saturday.
It would seem to me to be perfect.
Yeah, play the game at 6 a.m. Milan time and have it on at noon in the United States. I mean, who cares?
Well, 6 a.m. Milan time would be midnight here.
All right. You do the math. You're the pencil pusher. I'm the idea man.
Got it.
You know? I'll just lay them out here for you, and you do
whatever you
can.
want with your clocks over there. I don't care. Tell them it's earlier.
How about this? How about Milan just changes its time?
Yeah.
How about you work something up with the sun? You go to work at night.
Do you know that was Felger's big idea for a while? He wanted everyone to be on the same time.
That's a lot of fun.
He wanted the entire world to work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the same time. So it would be 9 a.m. everywhere. And if that meant that you're in the middle of the night when it's 9 a.m., too bad.
Plus, you could thin out the herd with all the suicides, the mass suicides
Yeah.
everywhere. So that would be great. You could really thin the herd. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Do we have this Bronson stuff? Because he was loud enough in the hall. All right, very good. Well, now you get to hear Bronson by our decision in just a moment.
for tonight will be without Devin Booker. He's got a hip strain, and Dylan Brooks, who has a broken left hand. Patriots yesterday released running back Antonio Gibson. He's coming off a torn ACL. The Red Sox lost their first preseason game of the spring 2-1 to Tampa Bay in Port Charlotte, Florida yesterday. Ranger Suarez will make his Sox debut today against Pittsburgh in Fort Myers. Most of the starters in the lineup will be in the field behind him. And the Atlanta Braves have this morning signed Chris Sale to a one-year contract extension. It's worth $27 million. There is also a $30 million option for 2028. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, keeping drains flowing for homes and businesses in the greater Boston area since 1976. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports Hub. Fred, what's it like to work with Hardy and Wall?
What a golden ticket I've gotten.
There you have it. Toucher and Hardy resumes on the Sports Hub.
Oh, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Yesterday, we've been over it, but Hardy and John and Nick and Adam all drove in from home and drove back. Ryan stayed at a hotel. I broadcasted from home. And a lot of people stayed at a hotel because it was a blizzard. And Bob Bronson was one of them. He now, did LBF stay at the hotel too?
Yeah.
So that whole WRROR situation, they all stayed at a hotel. And then you guys were trapped here after the show. Did you guys go out to eat together?
No, because nothing was open. So we remained trapped for like maybe 10 more minutes. And I said, okay, this is dumb. I'm leaving.
You couldn't walk, and you guys could go.
There was nothing open.
Food?
I called across the street. They weren't open. So
you called one place?
Yes, that's it. Just one place.
Well, it didn't sound like you made a lot of effort. Did you visit any of the neighboring homes?
No, I did not.
See if they were making maybe a stew?
No.
They would like to have two big shot celebrities walk in and eat with them.
Well, it was only going to be one because Hardy was taillights real quick. So.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that how long did you stick around?
I walked out with him. I was teasing. I walked out with him. We all left.
You were a big teaser today, Johnny.
We went down the stairs together because we thought.
Yeah, that's smart.
I
was on the fence today about using the elevator.
Right.
Once you've been stuck in that bad boy for a couple minutes, because I thought today when I got on, I'm like, because no one obviously was driving this morning. So when I got into the elevator, I'm like, if I got stuck, what would be the response time? With all the emergency equipment being used.
Yeah.
And like people like that need to go to the hospital and stuff.
6 hours, maybe?
Yeah, like when I'm walking, I just took the elevator. Maybe I'll walk down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not convinced that you're getting out of there today if you're in that elevator. The list of priorities, me being stuck in an elevator for the city of Waltham and the Commonwealth, be very low on that list.
Yeah, if you're going down the board and it's like, oh, what's wrong with him? Is he warm? Is he safe?
Right.
Is he in danger of falling? No, he's just stuck. Whatever.
Yeah. Just let him go slowly insane, put him in his own solitary hell. But when a blizzard hits, it messes you up mentally. I mean, there's no question about it. There's a sensation of being trapped. All of these things. It's not fun. So Bob and LBF were talking, and their minds wandered to cannibalism.
What is it about a snowstorm like this that makes us all think we're going to end up like Donner Party of 18?
Because you're out of control. You have no control of it. In our lives, we elicit all this control and we worry about all these things that are human generated. And then the earth comes up and says there's nothing you can do. As powerful as you think you are, and as much as you think you know, the earth can render all of that useless. That's why you question your position on the earth. You build the world's biggest boat, a tidal wave comes up, your world's biggest boat is cashed, you're dead.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't share the sentiment. And for LBF to immediately go to, what is it about a blizzard that makes me think of eating another human being? I don't make that jump.
I don't believe you.
I don't make it easily.
I don't believe you.
Nor do I make it at all.
I don't believe you. You don't think of cannibalism. Now, I wasn't thinking I thought of cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
But it does. The reason she didn't say cannibalism there. She said, what did she say?
Donner Party.
What
Oh,
is
yeah.
it?
So she did say cannibalism.
Yeah.
No, I don't think about the cannibalism. Or do I?
What is it about a snowstorm like this that makes us all think we're going to end up like Donner Party of 18? The Donner
The
Party.
Donner Party?
Which, if you don't know your history, is they got messed up going over someplace
The
west.
Sierra, whatever,
And,
yeah.
and ended up having to dine on a couple of the ones that didn't make it.
Yes.
So, because they didn't pack enough subs.
They did. The Donner Party did not pack enough subs. They did not. Well, some survival tips.
Bob eats lettuce and deli meat, and he stands over the sink and shoves it in his face.
Oh, instead of bread, he uses the.
Really?
It's like a lettuce wrap, but using the high nitrate.
Yeah, he went like on a cruise a year ago,
Prepackaged.
and he said he ate too much on the cruise, so now he stands over the sink shoving nitrate-filled
bologna salami.
I'm like, how about just not eating? Don't eat.
Jeez, that's too bad I missed that.
Oh no, it was a whole thing. He would have a big grocery sack, and then in the sack it would be a head of lettuce. Zolak has gone through this as well.
Yeah, no, I've seen those.
There's this big head of lettuce, and he just shoves
Yeah.
luncheon meat and lettuce into his mouth.
I'm eating healthy. What are you eating? Oscar Mayer olive loaf.
Yeah, but it's on lettuce.
Look,
so
it's got green right in the middle of the bologna there.
no bread. That's
no
the
bread,
secret.
no carbs.
I learned this from other stories similar to that. That you know who dies first? I hate to say it, are the skinniest people. So the skinny ones go.
that.
The skinny goes first. So those are the ones that were dined on first. So the huskier you are,
And then they go into air supply, and it's a whole thing. You're my inspiration.
the longer you'll live. You have more fat resources.
Yeah,
and it's
but
just to
still.
live off. So
But here,
Yeah.
because it begs the question.
Mhm.
Right now,
Yeah.
in this building, not a lot of people here.
right.
Who would you eat first?
Well, if according to the theory, I mean, there's not a lot of meat on those bones, but producer Ryan over at the other sports station, he's a pretty slim dude. I'd worry about him.
Yeah, Ryan, you've been staying at a hotel with him, so obviously he's been eyeballing you.
He's looking at you like Newman Ian Kramer when he was buttered up and up on the roof.
It's a very Sylvester the Cat situation when you've turned into a nice glazed turkey leg.
I think he just thinks I'm going to go first.
Well,
Or he wants to eat you. He wants to go after you like you're made out of ice cream.
yeah.
It's
Was he
option
at
B.
all floating towards your scent at any point when you were staying at the hotel together?
Like I'm a pie on a windowsill.
Exactly, Ryan. You're like a little pie on a windowsill. You're like
Little table talk pie, right? Ryan Beaton.
There you go.
Doesn't have a lot of fat reserves.
Okay.
So skinny Ryan's going to
Yeah,
go.
but I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not going to wait for the person.
Yeah, now say who's fat. Go.
No, LBF is getting ready to say she's going to kill somebody.
Yeah. But I just wanted to go. It would have been funny if on that show, which is like a nice show,
Yeah.
if they would have said like I would eat Ryan, and then they go, oh no, like so and so's a big fat pig.
Yeah.
They go like, oh, Fred's here. He's a big breasted fat nothing. I'll eat him. I like to eat the one with I think would have the smallest penis.
Who's going to be the most succulent?
Exactly.
Give me the one most marbled.
I mean, if I'm going to be eating a human, I want to go all out.
Person to.
Oh, you want
yeah, sacrificial
actively-
lam.
Oh, you want a sacrificial lamb?
Yeah.
To
So-
dine on.
So I'm thinking, like, I don't know. Maybe Nick, the producer, he's juicy.
Don't look at me.
Wow.
He's Italian.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're
No,
going to be very
wrong,
disappointed.
not true.
You're getting corned beef and cabbage with that.
I'd go to HR if I were you, Nick.
Everyone is. You should go.
It's the new thing.
It's the new craze for no reason.
Maybe Nick, the producer, he's juicy.
Don't look at me. He's Italian. So Nick is Italian. So I might have some interesting flavors there.
I'm just letting everyone know that people, it must be some sort of animalistic thing that people during nor'easters and blizzards, they start to look around
You know where-
and think who's going to be the first guy
Okay.
to be on my plate.
I'd hate to
and
say
I just
this.
want to let you know.
You know where the food is? I mean, I think you'd have to go for the thighs first, just like a chicken.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to get real
so-
specific
No,
because
but I'm
I am a
just saying.
married woman.
I mean,
I don't want to be talking about Nick's juicy thighs.
that's where you.
Why not?
Yeah. Very attractive.
That's got to be a little nice.
Did you ever see the movie Alive? The what are they? Soccer team?
They get stranded in the mountains. Yes.
Yeah, whatever team they were. Yeah, they eat the pilot first, and they're buried face down in the snow, and they cut off pieces of their butt, and that's where they start.
I don't remember that specifically. I'll take
I
your
do.
word on that.
I do.
Yeah.
It's funny if it was John, there would just be all the butts intact.
Yeah,
Lined
no, you
up.
can't start there.
You'd be
That's
using
at
his
the end.
blankets.
You hold out as long as you can.
Exactly.
John, we know that you've got your little bed made over here, but we need to eat. Not these.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's like a tauntaun in Star Wars.
Back off.
So yes, there's plenty of heat between his butt cheeks. Was that a man or a woman's butt?
Didn't matter.
Dealer's choice.
You'd
I
eat.
mean,
That's the most
but
delicate
don't you
part.
think he'd be the best one? Aaron, like, let's be honest.
Does he
He's
shave his
young,
legs, though?
he's
Because I don't want to
young,
deal
and
with
we would
that.
pluck him.
What him?
Wow.
Nick,
Can you get away with that?
I don't know. Anything goes in WROR.
Goodness.
Are they in safe harbor? This was in the morning?
My goodness.
But you guys can't see that I can. Is that LBF is out in the hallway listening to this, and her face is bright red. You okay over there?
Mine would be too.
My goodness. Just come out and say it.
She can't stand it. This is making her wildly uncomfortable.
No,
This is
she's
great.
the one who said that what she was going to do to Nick. I don't know.
Yeah, it's either that or Steve.
Yes, Steve.
Engineer Steve.
Both Italian.
Yeah, both Italian.
But you guys like Italian thighs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Put a little tomato on that.
Wow. I'm glad I'm half Scandinavian here. Wow.
Just the good half.
Mm-hmm.
That's he's always wearing those shirts with the Scandinavian flags on them
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's very proud.
He's got that horn of plenty from Scandinavia.
Whatever they
It's
have.
his real identity.
What is Scandinavia? Not sure.
White. Real white. Good stuff.
Anyway, just
I'd be
FYI.
That's really weird.
I'd be a little fishy.
I'd be a little fishy in Italian. LBF, you're Scottish. What would you taste
just
like?
Tough stuff. I'm brutal.
You know, no,
I'm not
because you don't want
I'm
us
not
to.
worth dying. You want me to hang around?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll cook.
Thank you.
I'll cook. And,
I'd like mine well done. No, well done. Please
add a
make sure
couple
it's
of
well
spices.
done. There you go. What a morbid thought.
Sorry.
I love it. Survival of the fittest.
And they go into Survivor.
That's day parted. I don't think you're getting Survivor on ROR before 10.
Like the hairs off of his leg.
That's what she saw.
Okay. I'm letting her off the hook.
All right.
She
Very
said she
good.
was going to pluck.
Okay.
PLU, and then the rest I don't know how to spell it.
You don't.
For some, I'm oddly tired. I don't know. Yesterday took it out of me. I don't have the energy to shovel for 2.5 hours. I'm running out of steam. Are you guys tired?
Sure. But back out there as soon as we get home today. Got more cleanup work to do.
If I have more to shovel today, I'm going to be really pissed because I mean, we were for the touchers, extraordinarily thorough, except for the top of my car. I'm a little hesitant to take the freeway home because my car was going when I was driving up here.
It's the snow that's stuck in between your wheel and whatever covers your wheel.
Hardy, is that true?
It's frozen in
I'm
there.
going to go
It's
to you, not
tumbling
this,
around.
not this liberal.
That would make sense.
If you go to the car wash and get your tires blasted, it'll get that right out
You
of
got some ice chunks in the wheel well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then I know I do. I'm a member at Prestige. Don't go
Of course,
crazy.
you got a little sticker on your car.
Don't go
status.
Don't
Yeah.
go crazy.
Yeah.
But it's true, and I don't mean. And I've been told often, don't brag. But I am a member of Prestige. But my fear is that if I go there, the minute I come out, everything freezes because you're just wetting down the car to have it freeze, and it's going to snow tomorrow too. I'm not going to Prestige.
What's the temperature right now?
It's in the 20s and sunny today. So
You'll be
if you're
all right.
parking the sun, you'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
Well, I can't just decide where I'm going to park. The great thing about this snow is now it's going to be impossible to do everything. So, like, if you were going to go somewhere to get food or something like that, that's out the window because there's going to be 5 spots where there used to be 30.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder why people's brains turn to cannibalism is because then you go like, oh, maybe I'll pick up lunch today. I'll go to such and such a place. There's usually, it's crowded, but there's ample parking. And then you go, oh, no, all the spots have been given way to the 70 feet of snow.
Which, again, is why you have to turn to cannibalism.
Because I don't want to deal with that.
Pluck them.
Yeah, whatever she said there.
Deal with that.
Pluck them.
Yeah. She's saying, in quotations, pluck.
I'm going to be talking about Nick's juicy thighs.
Nick, that's got to make you feel good to hear a woman actually want you physically.
But don't you think he'd be the best one?
Nick's wife was very excited by the Thuppets. She had put a nice thing up that someone from either the show account or something put up in the stories.
Oh.
And she just, between that and LBF, Nick, I mean,
Nick, the producer, he's juicy.
that could make the baby come out, you know? She gets excited enough. I mean, she's at term.
Oh, yeah. Is she past her due date?
She's one day.
One more week to the due date.
Oh, one more week.
Oh, so we got time here.
Yeah,
this is
Nicholas is
I don't even
just
wanna
talking
talk-
about.
I don't even want to
situation.
talk about
That's
that.
7 days.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a full 7 days. I mean, you could grow the beginnings of a nice plant. My goodness. Well, we've
Deal with that.
Pluck them.
All right, we'll be back in just a
Pluck
moment.
Nick and his baby talk. Still a week out.
Deal with that.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Nailed it.
All right, time for the email bit, which is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
You want to start with one from Sarah from Everett?
Always.
All right. Let's
Every
start
single
with
time.
Sarah from Everett. This is addressed to me, but it's about you,
Oh.
kind of.
All right.
This is from Sarah. Over the weekend, our furnace stopped, so a guy showed up really fast to take a look. I walked him to the basement, and he had this amazing magnetic flashlight that he fixed to the furnace to work. He was opening things and touching things, and I was right over his shoulder asking questions, and then I realized I was, quote, hardying, unquote, the situation. Excused myself, and the guy never talked to me again. He left and called my boyfriend on what was wrong, but he fixed it. Amazing.
The magnetic flashlight is that shouldn't shock and surprise anyone in 2026. I mean, these are pretty commonplace. And something tells me he called the boyfriend instead of Sarah because she was presenting herself as an issue in other areas, not just the hovering.
Okay.
I mean, we've all met Sarah.
Yes, we have. There was an issue there. I wondered if she was still wearing the turtleneck so the guy couldn't understand what she was saying.
Oh my God, is that a magnetic flashlight?
I like how Sarah's spreading the emails out now.
Yeah.
Because she was at a time focusing on just insulting me throughout the course of the show. Now
Right.
she couldn't resist. Now because she loves Hardy so much.
Well, I got a separate email from Sarah. This addressed only to me. I was in Bridgewater for the storm. I did 4 shifts yesterday of shoveling the deck and the front walkway. Started at 5 a.m. with my True Temper 19-inch steel handle shovel. We got 31 inches. What a great workout. Sarah from Everett. P.S. My boyfriend did the driveway. Our neighbor snow blowed the end of the driveway. Teamwork is dream work.
Yeah. If you love the snowblower, why don't you just do everything? I mean, if guys I hear Maserati in Francesa, they love snowblowers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're that into it, why stop at your driveway? Do the whole neighborhood.
Because then you deny other people the joy of doing their driveway. I wouldn't be so presumptuous to go. You want me to start cutting other people's grass too?
You know what?
Taking away that joy?
I think that's a pretty safe bet. If you went around and just started doing people's driveways, that you would be greeted with a great love. It would create such a sense of community. It would be unbelievable.
I'd be pissed if someone did my driveway without asking me.
What if they did the sidewalk in front of your driveway?
Just came. I don't have a sidewalk in front of my driveway.
Oh, Canton.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep people out. They don't want them walking around that
It's
cul-de-sac.
on the other side of the street.
Yeah, and they don't want. Yeah, you stay off this loop. The sidewalk ends here. We call this Shell Silverstein.
This Shell Silverstein.
This is where the sidewalk ends, my friend. No walking around this cul-de-sac. Helen says, puppets, muppets, fuppets. I don't have Hardy's email. What's Hardy at 98.5thesportshub.com.
Very difficult to kind of ration out.
But have to let him know he is a genius. Best thing he's ever created was your cruise puppets. Spot on and hilarious. Thank him. So I wanted you to read that. She couldn't tell that to you herself.
That. Thank you.
You know?
Genius might be pushing it. Canada and Cooper can F themselves. So this gets back to the Ryan is Canada is the enemy.
Here's the deal. The United States won. So Cooper says that it shouldn't be 3-on-3. You know in your heart of hearts it shouldn't have been 3-on-3. However, that's the way that it went. You get the gold medal. This counter bitching is making me counter bitch. It's a lot. First of all, you don't care that much about the U.S. Olympic hockey team. I have to draw a line in the sand here. Felger does. So I will allow him all the grace because he made it very clear.
Yeah, this is during the tournament all along.
I have no idea why.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the deal is. I got out of all the things in the world to care that much about. But if you do, you do. We all have our little things. But I mean, I hear guys calling into, not this station, but calling into national shows. They don't know anything. They don't care about hockey. But for some reason, you've generated some sense of pride out of this that is completely unearned.
He said, did Cooper and these idiots in Canada complain when they won in a 4-on-4 overtime in Vancouver or in a 4-on-4 in the Four Nations? These idiots are soft and can stick their tears up their...
Well, congratulations. I don't understand the incentive of that. That's a very New England thing, is like basking in negative victory. I mean, it's very... I don't think it's like this in other places.
The fact that I really enjoy the Canadians are taking this to heart and really just angry.
No, that if you take pleasure in that, then that's great. But it's like that visceral like push against it. Like,
oh, okay. No,
like
that's not.
If you're that happy the United States won enough, like that this is upsetting you, like wouldn't the more upset Canada is make you feel better?
Yes.
Rather than make
specifically, yes.
Yeah, John has very little self-worth, so he has to reach out for other things.
Yeah.
Like he's under the banner of this nation, and somehow this hockey team is in any way indicative of any of his life skills or accomplishments.
You know what they say about being under the eagle's wing? It's warmer than you think.
Oh, my goodness. It's like you two are dancing.
Wow.
It's like Adam and Hardy are in a tango.
Hey, Hardy, we have a Husqvarna snow thrower we share on our cul-de-sac.
Oh, see, that's talking. That's a community working together. I like that. In all seriousness, I like that.
We had one in Roslindale. We bought a community snowblower. Someone had to keep it, at their place. I volunteered.
Yeah, you got a heated garage.
Well, I bought it unassembled and put that thing together during that winter of 2015. Let me tell you something. Out in my shed, unheated shed, assembling that was one of the worst times of my life.
I bought before the first snow of that year, I bought someone gave me a connection to buy a snowblower, which was delivered to my house the night before the first storm.
Yeah.
I got that connection. It hooked me up like $4,000. Like this ridiculous amount of money. For
Unassembled?
No, it was assembled.
Oh, okay.
It came on the back of a truck, but like the amount of, and he's like, I'm delivering it. And what am I going to say? Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I ended up paying like 5 times as much as the thing was worth.
Yeah.
And now it's out of commission. Now it no longer works.
I bought this one, and the guy at the Home Depot in West Roxbury gave me the heads up. He's like, hey, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're getting 6 machines in. If you want one, be here when we open. And I got it. And I think we only split it 2 ways. I think Dr. John Mandelman and I ended up splitting that thing. He's, of course, from the New England Aquatic Center, as Zoe calls it, also known as the aquarium.
Yeah, he can lift anything. He can lift any TV.
Yeah.
Dr. Mandelman. Mandelman.
That says Mandelbaum.
Oh, that was on Sunday, by the way. That
I
got
don't
me
like
through the
I don't
storm.
like the Mandelbaum episode.
See, I love the Mandelbaum
No,
episode.
you know what? It makes me sad looking at what's his name at that age.
Oh, Jeff Bridges or whatever Bridges guy. Yeah,
It's not Jeff Bowe. Which Bridges is it? The eldest.
I don't know. The father. Yeah.
Yeah. But no. So Dr. Mandelman and I shared that one. Much like Michael is sharing his Husqvarna, he says, but I also have a shovel. I call it Franken shovel. I fixed it 12 years ago. Finally, the bucket is failing. Look at the shave on that scoop. So he's got all the terminology for the parts of the shovel, including you can see the band that he's fixed around the handle where it's coming off of the shaft there. And that's what he's talking about, the shave on the scoop there, Fred.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that photo.
Yeah, you touch that, you're losing a finger.
Good for him, though.
I like that he's taking some POV shots of that thing, too.
That's
You can see it in action.
That's my favorite, the POV.
Yeah.
Some people call it lazy because you're cutting down on production costs, but I appreciate the added talent and skill that it requires to shoot the POV.
Well, it's just, you wear the sunglasses.
Now you can.
Yeah, now you can. They've ruined it. Rob, go ahead. Or Bob, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, guys, I was just listening to you, and I know everybody was giving input as to how much snow they do and the snow blowing. And I listen to other people at the 99 restaurant making. Just let you know, I'm not bragging, but I was very lucky. I retired as a young man, and back then we used to have winters repeatedly. This is a long time ago, and I had all the old relatives who were still living, the in-laws, my mother and father, and me and my wife always owned a lot of properties. So I assure you, an average routine, I had a minimum of 5 or 6 houses to clear out just so that that could be done. Snow blowing, shoveling, roof raking, never mind the ice dams. Then 6 boats that I don't use in the summer, they've got to be cleared off.
I got like
Don't forget
17 jet skis and like 45 skateboards. So take that.
How did he retire early? And if
I got 5 pieces of them. Who cares? I can put whatever I want on the pieces. Who cares? It's no big deal. I got 7. I'm kind of fond of Honda scooters. I got 74. Don't worry about it. Got a lot of properties, boats, things.
Who played the Walk on the Wild Side sample in the rap song when we were coming back the other day? Was that Ryan?
What, the Funky Bunch one?
Yeah.
I think that was Adam.
Okay, that was Adam. So do you remember
Or maybe it was Ryan.
Do you remember the TV commercial that for Honda that used Walk on the Wild Side?
Oh, yeah, for the Honda scooters?
Yeah, but it was for the Honda Arrow. It wasn't for the Spree. They didn't spend that kind of money in the licensing for the Lou Reed or for whoever it was, Lou Reed or Velvet Underground, to use that song. They used it for the Arrow, which was, I mean, unattainable. There's no way you could buy that thing.
My friends all had Honda Sprees, all of them. They all had them, like even like super poor kids. And
I had a Spree.
my parents would not get me one.
Why?
Because I wasn't 15, and you had to be 15 to ride them. And Lord knows at 15, all you want is a Spree, because all your friends have their driver's license. So, I mean, by that time, it was stupid. So I had to ride you-know-what on the back of these Sprees up and down the streets of Farmington Hills. My parents wouldn't get me one.
I think I got mine when I was 14, which makes sense to what you're saying. But then I did go get my scooter license at the DMV.
Good for you. Yeah, I could see you doing that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was there a driver's test for that?
I don't remember the
There's
test,
gotta
but
be a cone situation.
it looked like a license. I mean, it was crazy that they gave those out. You had your photo on it. It looked like a driver's license.
When he went to juggling class, they would be like, "Are you in this class?" And he'd be like, "It's official. It's laminated."
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Someone's 15. I mean, let's go. Yeah.
I had mods on that thing. I did put a little the Velcro thing up on close to the handlebars so my Walkman could go there.
See, you were living the life of Raleigh. My parents wouldn't get me one. And did you have any Hesher friends with like mini bikes, like the super small mini bikes?
Oh, we had mini bikes in my old neighborhood where I grew up. I mean, we had a mini bike at our house, and then there was, the families that had nothing but things with motors in them.
Quite literally, nothing but things with motors in them. I told you the big fantasy in my neighborhood
They were
was
renting their house, but man, did they have a lot of things in that house. So they all had motors.
The incredible drug addicts in my neighborhood, the big thing was eventually they were going to achieve this tool that drops engines into cars.
Oh, the hoist or the...
Yeah, like whatever the thing with the big chain on it is.
Yeah, hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, and this was like the holy grail. So if you were bored and you ever went over to these kids' houses, they'd be sitting around smoking unfiltered Lucky Strikes, talking about how this machine's going to come. And I don't know if it ever did.
Oh, no.
But as soon as I get this, whatever it's called, I'm going to drop a motor in this son of a bitch. I'm going to be going crazy. I'm going to be up at M59 racing for papers.
For pinks.
Yeah. No, my parents wouldn't let me do it. My dad was a major rule stickler. He had all the you tried out for baseball for the community league, and my dad was a coach, and they would send the ratings of all the kids and like and all my friends whose dads coached would say like, you're number 25 or, so-and-so's number 100. And my dad would just go, get out of here. You can't see it. No, he wouldn't let me see it.
But, okay,
He'd be in his underwear smoking and drinking. No! Laying on his stomach on the bed.
I don't know where Milo is in his driving career right now. But when he first got it and he wasn't allowed to drive at certain times of night or with friends in the car, did you enforce that?
The night thing wasn't really an issue because we have a curfew for him, but we did not enforce the friends thing, no.
Oh.
It would be impossible to. I mean, I'm not with him. I mean, if he would have gotten pulled over and lost his license, that would have been the consequence of that. But I mean,
not if you're tracking him.
I can't track how many people are in the car.
But you can track if he stops at someone's house. and then he goes somewhere else.
If you're constantly watching, you have to hover and watch the entire time.
See, I was gonna say, well, this is history repeating itself. Had you been making Milo follow that rule, because that's the rule that our daughter was saying, like, nobody pays attention to that, nobody cares. And I said, well, we care. Your mother and I care.
I mean,
You're
I
not
told
driving
him
around with friends in your
I
car.
told him not to do it, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Once he leaves the house, I mean, he's 17.
You're his father. You tell him no.
That's right.
Nothing you could do.
Oh no.
Hardy's got a little chili guy in him.
Yeah, here we go.
No.
All right.
No, you'll
Who's
drive yourself
shouting?
crazy.
Who's buying? Who's shouting?
If
Who's
you're
buying?
worried about what people are doing when they're not in your care all the time, you're going to drive yourself crazy. There's nothing you can do about it. You can only inform them and then hope that they flower.
So can you make them shovel and put their dishes in the sink? That would fall under the time when they're in your care.
I can't make them put the dishes in the sink, I've found, but
You can't make them do anything.
You can't make them do anything.
Do it now.
You can't make anyone do anything.
Watch. I'll call my son right now.
But you're not making him. I mean, if kids figure it out, you don't really have to go to school.
What are you doing?
Nikki Six the damn thing.
Well, get up.
You're lying.
Yeah, he's up.
In blizzards, Hardy turns into the chili guy. Just let it be noted. He gets very ornery. He's got sweatpants on, 7 pairs of them. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by South.
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. The Stack is brought to you by New England's largest Volkswagen dealer group, Colonial VW, located in Medford, Wellesley, and Westboro. Come see the amazing finance and lease offers happening every day at Colonial VW. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. The midday show is going to play the Elliott Wolf press conference from the Combine, so they will have that coming up straight up at 10 o'clock. Mark Bertrand had heard that I was shaking coming in. My car was shaking coming in, and Adam had said it was the wheel wells. So Bertrand sent me a picture. He came in here. He has a tool handed down in generations of Bertrands that he was able to get up in that wheel well and get that snow out of it.
Originally, it was used as the Bertrand arguing stick. And when you got into an argument, unsolicited, of course, you would use the stick to make your point and shake it in the air. But it has since been passed down to him, and he's found a more practical use for it, and that's for knocking chunks of ice out of wheel wells.
Yeah, so now I have the utmost confidence that I will be able to get home. And I looked out the window onto Main Street when I got my soda pop.
Yes.
And I saw two... right in the road you and I have to take, John. There was just two plow trucks sitting there.
Oh, nice.
So it was down to about half a car length.
So now we're going to have to go all the way around. Perfect.
It's no one's fault. I mean, it's just the way the world is. But
could you not stop on the residential street where you could barely get one car by to start with?
I'm not being a like Pollyannic, but there's there's obviously a reason. But it's like, it's just sucks.
Yeah,
so bad. Like, today's gonna suck.
Relax. It's March 1st on Sunday. Everything's
Yeah,
gonna be
hit
fine.
with this March, which is much more depressing than anything else. Like, I looked at like the average temperature because I'm obsessed with everything now, weather-wise, because I can't control it. And the average temperature in March is only like 6 degrees warmer than in February.
I'll take that. Improvement is on the way.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be 41 degrees here.
Yep.
And we're 10 degrees below that. This winter has been... February, by the way, if you don't know, has been lasting in normal time 7 years.
Yeah, yeah. And we should have asked Ken that yesterday, because I think he's already sent an email about like how cold it's been.
Yeah.
And, just historically this winter, and how there have only been a handful of days where you had the thaw day, and that's over 50. That normally you get, this many between December, the actual meteorological winter, and very few.
Yeah, it was 10 degrees for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's it's supposed to be like 20 degrees. I know it's just bitching about the weather, but everyone's going through this. It's like next week there's days in March that are supposed to be 20 degrees, which I don't understand how that happens, because now there's a lot of sun. Like the days aren't soul crushingly short anymore. But for some reason, the sun has no power.
Daylight savings is coming, like in 2 weeks.
Yes,
right?
so it can be 20 degrees with light at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, you can be like Fred and just bitch about the weather, or you can do something about it, as Mayor Michelle Wu announced the snow shoveling meetups. Bundle up, bring a shovel and a friend, and love your block. Led by the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, snow shoveling meetups bring together volunteers citywide to lend a hand during snow emergencies. Join your neighborhood liaison to help clear sidewalks and curb ramps to keep our communities safe and accessible.
That just sounds like an assault waiting to happen. You're getting these people to posse up, and they're going to start getting these very right-wing ideas.
How do you apply for liaison?
I mean, it almost they become fascist by design.
Yeah.
Name a neighborhood in Boston. I'll tell you when and where the meetup is taking place today. Go ahead.
South Boston. Southie.
South Boston, 1:30 to 2:30. You're going to meet at 136 H Street at front of South Boston Neighborhood House.
No, once these people organize, they're going to get very pro-labor. We can't have that. They're going to start wondering why they're not getting paid to shovel.
All my former neighbors in Rossie, you're going to go to the intersection of Corinth Street and Poplar Street from 1 to 2 p.m.
No, they start passing around Marxist literature. You end up with 500 atoms running around.
Joe Murray, Hyde Park, 1 to 2, 1206 River Street. That's
Charlestown? What do you got, Charlestown? You got Charlestown there?
Oh, of course I have.
Once the peasants organize, we're all doomed.
Yeah.
Paul Revere Park, North Washington Street, 1 to 2 p.m.
All right. Elliott Wolf press conference live with Zolak and Bertrand coming up. That'll do it for us, everyone. Have a great